Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair!
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Rise and grind, wanna show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances, 'cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Wake up, wake up. Rise and grind morning show.
Oh yeah, welcome to Keith Sweat Motel. No, welcome to the Rise and Grind Yo morning show, y'all. We do this every Monday through Friday, 9:15 to whenever we decide to stop because it's our shit and we can do what we want to. We hold no restrictions. And yeah, that's about it. I do have a gas station chronicle again. Yes, I don't fill my car up all the time, but I did not. I filled it up the day for yesterday, so I actually went
You said fill your cup or car?
Car.
Oh.
No, you can't say fill a cup up in this day and age. So I went to the gas station to get some coffee, but then they said they don't take Apple Pay. So
you ain't get nothing.
I ain't get nothing. But
What kind of gas station was you at that don't take Apple Pay?
Chaldean. Anyway, so the bad part about it is when he said it, the lady was like, "Who's working with no damn Apple Pay?" I said, "No, she was on his side." I said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry. You just use my tab because putting out my credit card around women who, like I don't know, it makes me nervous." She's like, "You don't got that much money. I seen that little car you was driving outside." I said, "Damn." I said, "All right, well, this is why it ain't really supposed to be open toe weather neither." And I left out, so she looked at me like her toes was terrible. She needed a manicurist, pedicurist, and a better urist.
That does bother me though.
Yeah.
When women be wearing an open toe in the sandal in the winter months. I just can't.
It doesn't make sense.
I feel like it's no home training, but that's just me.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, the most beautiful actress I've ever met. She know how to play a dope ass dead girl. Shout out, but she couldn't come. So Brittany Chanel is here, y'all.
Good morning. Miles is so petty.
I had to end the class early. Wait a minute.
He's so petty.
Petty is my middle name.
Petty.
Petty. But no, Brittany, you are a beautiful actress. Shout out to your new movie that's released on TV.
Thank you.
And it is called
Broad Day.
Broad Day.
Because
if you see a bitch, smack a bitch.
That right there makes you want to see the movie.
And the way her little lip was like, if you see a bitch, smack a bitch.
We rehearsed for all
She's
of
in character.
2 seconds, and as soon as we did the scene in rehearsal, they was like, "Cameras up."
Okay.
Because you had it good.
Because when I first got there, that was my first time meeting Sonny and our first time ever doing anything.
Engaging.
Yeah, we didn't even rehearse. Man was like, I want to see it before we shoot it, and we shot it. He was like, "They ready? Cameras up!" Like I don't know.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
That show how good. That show how good you are as an actress.
Oh, I thank you.
But you played the best dead person I've ever seen.
That was a struggle. Thank you.
Shout out you and Deb.
Oh yeah, Deb. Deb is fire.
She know how to play a dope dead person.
She fire.
When you die with your eyes open.
But she like a triple. Well, I've never seen Deb dance, but she can sing.
She can sing her ass off.
Yeah, I don't know if she can dance. Can she dance?
No, but she pretty. She can act and she can sing. She's a triple threat.
So she got the. See, I can dance,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know how to sing in part.
What kind of dance do you do, Brittany?
I can dance.
Let me see.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Your personal business.
The shoulder shimmy.
I danced in Easy Path. You didn't see that?
No, I see.
Okay, I was dancing in Easy Path.
Where's Easy Path?
I have no idea.
Okay, well that's why
It might be on Vimeo.
Maybe nobody's seen it. Okay.
I don't know. That was what I worked with. I had worked with Dolores and Tamashiano.
Okay, was you twerking?
It was a hip hop style there, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can hip hop dance. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we'll bring back in living color. Y'all, we had a special guest in the building, and I would like for one and only Brittany to do the introduction, because if I fuck up her name, I'm sorry. I don't want to do it. I'd rather Brittany had that responsibility.
Well, we have, we're going to say Tinu. But the word I like, Atinuke. Atinuke. Hey! I got it right?
You got it right.
Atinuke. I love it. Can you tell us the meaning of it, please?
Yeah, so Atinuke means one who radiates beauty around the world.
One who radiates beauty around the world. I just love that. So, can I ask you a question? What's your daughter's name?
Zuri and Nemeset Asoy Usuro. When you ask her name, she's going to tell you her whole name. So Zuri means beautiful.
Beautiful.
And Nemeset means happiness.
Okay.
And Soy means gift from God. And Usuro.
Oh my Lord. See?
I feel like I'm learning something already.
I love that. We need to start giving meaning to our kids' names. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of Porsche, Mercedes,
Deshaun LaRon Jackson.
Charmaine.
That seemed like it was.
But I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody's name, but I do love that the name has meaning.
What does Lakeisha mean?
But it's different because even in like the Arabic community, they're all of the people have names.
Yeah.
Even in like Indian culture, there's meaning to it.
Yeah, so in Nigeria, when you have a baby, you don't name the baby.
Oh, really?
No. So I think it's within a week. The family comes together and we have a naming ceremony. Yeah. And so the family names the baby. And so whatever name you get is whatever name you get.
Yeah.
So then how do they do it with like the birth certificate? You gotta wait a week to look at me, I'm over trying to figure out what do you do for the birth certificate?
Listen, birth certificates and all of those things is not created equal in Nigeria as they are here.
Right.
Really?
You're not at the hospital doing all of that stuff. Like, especially think about being born in the village. Like Lagos is the city, but like if I'm born in a village in the east or something and I'm not at a hospital and I'm birthed at home, what birth certificate?
They got no damn printer. It's gonna print some.
So back in
Tell me they got no printer.
I'm talking about you in the village and you talking about, hey, is the Wi-Fi on?
No, but I do like that's really dope. So like, who's all included? Like, is it just the immediate family or like who's in the ceremony?
The entire family.
Really?
But you know the elders have the final say.
Who has the final?
The elders.
That's
the elders.
special.
See what they have customs and traditions.
If y'all would watch, I know Roots ain't based on all cultures in Africa, but if you watch Roots,
I watch Roots.
It would tell you the gist of how all this go.
Yeah.
Like I tell anybody, people don't get it. Like the life that we really need to live, we are really fucked up in America. Like we are jacked up. I mean, everything has been stripped from us totally.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine this. If you got to have a birth certificate, anyway, a woman could just put any name on a birth certificate. That's how I tell you how invaluable a name is.
Here
in America.
In America, yeah.
You can be like, they be like, who's the baby father? They be like, Jefferson John.
Do they say it like
that? I don't know.
Jefferson John.
Exactly.
Don't get no food stamps because you're going to have to prove Jefferson John to daddy.
No, just 3 years later. Because they had to tax Jefferson John. They're going to find Jefferson John They're gonna find a Jefferson John. Jefferson John gonna pay for like, you have a 4-year-old child, and you be like, hey, and you owe us $4,800 for also for the birth.
I think I'm gonna try that when I get married and have my first baby. How the whole family come.
That's so special.
Maybe a few people won't be invited.
See,
I actually really like that, and I never heard of that before. So
I think that's so dope.
Yeah.
With my luck, I get an elder with dementia. You walking this way like
I forgot. I had it this morning, but
So are there like baby showers, or is that like, or the ceremony is like part of all of that with gifts and showering the baby and stuff like that?
Nigerian culture is a celebration.
Yes.
And
Gotcha.
so from beginning to end, we celebrate you. So like when I was pregnant, I went back to Nigeria, and Mommy, my husband's mom, she came from Benin. Mommy stayed in the house the whole time I was there. I'm talking about the first night she was there, she cooked me 3 different soups. Like, it's very intentional.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything that they do.
everything is a celebration. When you get married, it's a celebration. When it's your birthday, it's a celebration. Your baby, your everything. You get a new job, it's a celebration. And people love to throw money.
Yeah.
That's the best part
Hey,
about
look,
it.
I went to the I went to the Nigerian party. Wedding. I went to a wedding.
It was a party.
It was in
party.
Southfield. When I said Southfield, first of all, you couldn't find a parking spot, and I think everybody stayed there that night. And I sit up here. I mean, they partied from like 2 in the afternoon to 1 o'clock in the morning. They still was in the lobby talking about, hey, I'm sitting up there.
I love that.
You ain't gonna take your ass to sleep. I was like, yo, for real.
Listen, my wedding night, we went to the club afterwards. And we were in Abuja in Nigeria. We didn't leave the club till 6 a.m. And by the time they was done spraying us with money, we came home with about 2.7 million naira, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
okay.
2.7.
Yeah.
2.7 million.
So they gonna spray you. They have been spraying all day. Like I'll show y'all the videos later. Me and my husband counting money.
I want to stick around with that. Yeah. Wow.
But did you hear what she said? She said we were sprayed with money.
She said what she said.
Baby, they throw rice over here. Like, oh, you gonna get a little bit of rice.
Yeah, no. And then you also have to be intentional about the money that you spray. So like,
okay,
if somebody spray you with 200 naira notes, when you know that your life is a certain kind of life, 200 naira notes is like somebody giving you $1, spraying you $1. That's an insult to me. Like, where's the 500 naira notes and the 1,000 naira notes? Because that's what I want to be sprayed with. Give my marriage prosperity. Like, give me some money.
So, do you have an option to decline a person's gift or offer, or how does that work?
No,
you be respectful.
We love money now.
Okay.
Money.
Okay.
Yeah, but then again, you never know.
You know it's
But you know, like, you also got to take into consideration your people who come from, who may not have a lot.
Exactly.
So
Right.
if you gave me some money, thank you. I'm going to take that too.
Right.
But
we got the people here, they just come and give you a little $25 and they think they didn't do
No.
something.
Listen, people come to your weddings here, they ain't brought a
In the
gift.
car, yeah.
They ain't brought nothing. They just came to eat
But
and
they wanna
drink.
eat.
But
Yeah.
post on the gram.
Man, what?
They're like, hey man, I got this $20 Subway gift card if you want it.
Listen.
But they still giving like $25. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Don't come here.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well,
Don't
first
do
of all,
that.
Listen, my 5-year wedding anniversary is next March 27th. And we will be bringing Nigeria to Detroit.
Oh, okay.
And if anybody don't have no money, don't come.
Don't come.
Say just don't.
Can I
Don't
just kind
come.
of be a fly on the wall? I just want to
Okay,
see what
just
y'all
She don't
doing.
care.
We gonna swap contacts. I'm gonna send you an invite.
No, I'm so serious.
That is so
But
cute.
you heard
Put your
what she said.
Ashway be on.
Yes, I want to see. Like, I just want to be in the room.
You heard,
Yeah.
you heard what she said.
She said, bring some money.
Thank you. So,
And have your Ashway.
I ain't about to come and be
hey,
disrespectful.
look, I'll see you later. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, because I want to spray with it. Because they be having them little guns. I want to spray. Then they do their little dances.
dancing.
They do their
It's something
dances.
sweet.
I want to go.
And another culture that really get down too, them damn Indians with the dots.
But even
Why
like
she
when they
just put her
when
hands
they
up?
dress up, they have certain things. But the Chaldeans and they throw money at
Chaldeans don't throw shit.
Yes,
but
they
bad,
do.
But bad advice.
No, baby, they throw money. But they all understand family, which is what I talk about in
They
a
do.
black America here. Like, that's why I'm so passionate about the topic, because family, that's all you have.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's all you have.
the sad part
And
is
that's what we're dying in our community here in America.
It's sad that in America that black family is not appreciated because our families is looked at what white folks had taught us. And
Exactly.
So
That's what's sad.
I mean, it's very sad, and it's so sad to the point to where when you say it like that, people get upset. I'm saying, no, we learned from them. They were our slave masters.
Exactly, but my
that
thing
was a
is-
long time ago. No, it's
Yeah,
right
but
now.
they keep doing
It's
like my
right.
thing is they know what the issue is, and yet they continue to keep
Man, listen.
All of this
basking
stuff is
in it.
intentional. It's intentional.
That's what I love about y'all culture.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's why I
everything's
appreciate movements like Black Marriage Movement here in Detroit. Jason and Crystal Larsosa are like purposefully creating a movement around what it means to be married in black. Like
Who is these people?
Crystal and Jason Larsosa. So Crystal, she works for the city of Detroit, and then Jason Larsosa is the Green Light Fund director.
You
and
know
so
what?
two staples in the community, but like they are working towards like black marriage and the things that they teach their kids. Like their kids are amazing because we have to show our kids something different. Like we may not have learned something different, but like we know better now. And
Right.
so like we have to teach our kids something
Can
different.
you keep in contact with Shannon? We need to have a sit down with them.
Absolutely.
That's important for us.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Morris Chestnut and Lorenz Tate for being married men in Hollywood.
Yes.
Who have
Don't leave out Boris Kojo.
and Boris Kojo. That old, that pretty motherfucker.
Amari
Anyway,
Hardwick. Amari Hardwick, Lance Gross. Who
I don't know. I don't know.
I know all them.
I think
Amari Hardwick.
sad part. I think Amari
Is that
Hardwick.
Ghost?
Yeah.
His what?
Yeah.
No, she is. She is black. She's black. She's black.
She's
black. Yeah, she's just
Hey,
black.
man.
I think
Yeah, no, she's black. I wouldn't have said it if
But
you
actually, I think she's African as well. I
She
think,
is.
Yeah, I think she's African.
But she actually is a black woman. Yeah,
Period.
he made it very.
As he needed to.
Yeah,
Clarify.
he made it very. Yeah, he did clear the air, but.
So I'm gonna ask you a question.
I definitely be paying attention. Grant Hill to me, don't lead him out. That's another one of my favorites.
Because we still. Okay.
I don't blame
He don't know the song.
Who don't know the song?
You know the song back to me and still what sing it.
Still. Let's go to the topic of the day, y'all. Topic of the day is education in the city. Oh yeah, that's gonna be real short.
Please. Needs work. Yeah.
It definitely need work. Shout out to the first emergency person who I cussed out, the little black short cricket guy.
Who you cuss out?
He was our emergency educational supervisor when he took over.
Emergency manager. You talking about Robert Bob?
Yeah, Bob getting done in the booty. That's what I call him.
Oh my God.
And here's
Why
one.
did you?
I came up with something called a ghetto, right? And ghetto mean getting highly educated through typical observation. So they said, they all said that things was deal with, we don't have no books and all this stuff, right? I said, well, we got a lot of paper. And he was like, what that mean? I said, once you start teaching, I said, if you let children start observing, we got a lot of businesses throughout the city that can have children that are not working for free, but observing what's going on in processes and things of that nature. I said, through typical observation, that's how children learn.
Yeah.
So you think
By observing.
a 12-year-old can learn by observing in the right atmosphere? And so, I mean, we was
That's
going
really
ham.
how we all learn.
And when I say we was going ham in the middle of the Fisher building, and he like, but you don't know no education. I said, evidently you don't either. And the people that was before you don't neither. So if you can't tell me 280,000 children cannot learn by being in placements or where businesses is going in, you an idiot. He like, I'm an idiot. I have a job. I said, I never had one. So I'm trying to tell you, let's get this shit together.
Oh, you was real passionate that day.
I was passionate because I learned. Listen,
He was Minister Farrakhan that day.
hey, I was like, God damn it. Anyway, but I love when the minister cuss. We cuss in front of everybody, but like, the minister just cussed. I'm like, nah, he needed that. Say, God damn it. But
Of course you root for that.
And look, God damn it, in that atmosphere, it shakes a lot of people's spirit. They be like, yes, sir. So no, I was Robert Bob. Me and him was going ham.
I can see that.
To where they called the security, and I was like, y'all, I'm just talking. He getting loud. This educated person.
Because you were challenging him.
Yeah, because you can't tell me. So you is the smartest person that they brought from wherever. You ain't never lived here. You ain't never walked through the neighborhood. I never saw you on Puritan. I never saw you on Finkel. So you trying to tell people how to deal with these children? You idiots. And so education here is definitely needed. And they made a statement roughly about 3 or 4 years ago that 67 to 68% of Detroiters are functional illiterates.
Yeah, I remember we had that conversation.
I said,
and Dorian gave us the stats on that, and he said it's getting worse.
It's getting worse. And I was like, functional. But then my mother was a functional illiterate. You know what I mean? She knew how to write her name. She said certain stuff, and I didn't catch it until I was like 11 or 12. She's like, Pete, what's this word, baby? I got my glasses, and her glasses was on.
Gotcha.
I was like, oh. And then I was like, Mom, it's there. She said, but I thought there was spelled. Again, she didn't get the process of theirs and all.
It's the science of reading.
Yeah.
They no longer teach it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
well, do you like where do you think education is going now? Because now they're bringing in like so many computers, and then AI is coming in. So, like, where do you see it going?
In America, to pits of hell. Honestly,
I agree.
All right, let's go.
Like,
yeah, no,
here I come.
I totally agree with you on that, and it's sad.
It is.
It's sad, and the sad part is that the parents aren't really paying attention, and they're just giving their children devices and letting the devices kind of teach these children, and they can't read, they can't write, they can't spell, they can't do anything.
Yeah. And so I always try to stand in the gap for parents, because at the end of the day, as a black person, and the three of us as black women, we know what we face in this country.
Absolutely.
We understand the systemics, we understand how we got here, we understand all of the things. And so when we think about 67, probably about 80% of people in this, not just Detroit, but in this state, this state, that are functioning and illiterate, we got to think about, what does that mean when that kid homework come home? What does that mean when I need to read you a book at night?
Especially that new damn math. See,
that
we
new
got
math, that new math. Listen, I teach when I have to help them with homework. You finna learn this shit how I learned this shit, because I don't got time for whatever they teaching you.
And that's what
but
because it worked for us.
You know, it worked for us. But when we think about parents, I try to give parents some slack, because as a black person, and especially as a black person in this city, we got a lot that we experience from the time we wake up to the time them kids come home from school.
That's true.
And if I'm a single mom, and people like to say, well, she shouldn't have had all them kids. You can't tell people how many kids to have. You also, we did not predict that this world would be the way that it is. Like, there's so many nuances to all of it. And so, like, for parents, I give them grace, because it's a lot.
Well,
but when we send our kids to school, we are expecting a certain level of excellence from the people that are teaching them.
Yeah.
But we ain't got enough black men in schools.
That is true.
We ain't got enough black and brown teachers. Our kids don't see teachers that look like them.
I tell people that all the time. My daughter go to school when she had a problem, like relating with. Well, actually, she just really ran over the white folks. The white folks said, "Naveen need to be put on medication." And
they always want to put the black students on medication.
That's what they do to their children.
Yeah, and I said this. I told her, I was sitting there, the principal, the teacher, and the mom. I said, my daughter get put on drugs, I'm killing you. And the principal like, hold on, Mr. Dixon. I said, no. Y'all think I'm crazy? You don't realize that if you look in every area where children is highly populated, they got a dialysis center right around the corner. On high. Look, if you look at high populated where children are, there are dialysis centers right nearby. And you be sitting there like, how the hell you gonna build more dialysis centers and no hospitals? They prepare you for
Well, it's the same with the.
Well, that's because it's a liquor store in every corner.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I think it. Honestly, I've always looked at it as it's the parents' responsibility, and then as well as the school, and like as us as a parent should be working with the school as well, right? Because I do think that there's some things that kids should kind of be learning at home. Like, parents should be interacting with the kids with reading and learning how to do different things here and there. So I put the responsibility on all of us.
All of those things are true.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm a realist.
I get it.
And so if I got 3 jobs, or if I got 2 jobs, I'm working all day. I pick the kids up. I drop the kids off at home. I got to go back to work. I got to do whatever I got to do. Mm-hmm. When you think about that, most people, especially if you got 2-3 jobs, you don't get assistance. Like, I haven't had any assistance in 10 years, and I got 4 kids. I got 4 daughters. Everything that I do, I'm responsible for. Mm-hmm. And so if I don't have the time, I don't have the time every day to do this thing. But when we think about the barriers to mingling with your child's teachers or being in the school. Okay, if I got something on my record, I can't even come in the school. Because you have to have a background check to be cleared to enter the school building. So I can't come in. I can't come sit in class. The only thing that I can do is maybe parent-teacher conference.
Yeah.
But let's hope that I'm tech savvy enough to use Class Dojo, to use Bloom, to use all of the Power School. What if I don't know how to use that? What about the grandparents who are filling in the gaps for parents?
That's okay.
They not on technology, a lot of them. Yeah. And so there's a lot of barriers too. Yes, we are supposed to be our kids' first teachers, absolutely.
Yes.
But the barriers that have been created are real, and we can't ignore the barriers. And so,
listen.
And the barriers
I'm with you 100%.
was created for those that
they was created for us.
Yeah.
Everything has been
created for us.
Yeah, created for us to not do a good job.
To not do good at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they told us that Africa looked the way that it looked. Until we got social media and realized it was a lie.
It's beautiful.
My boy said, dog, when I first got here, he said, I'm not going to lie, I'm looking for the kids with the flies. I said, what? He said, I'm thinking people's going to be begging. And he said, man, listen, I felt like when I got out the airport and I walked outside, it looked like it was just nothing but white gold. Like I'm walking on like marble.
Absolutely.
I was like, what? He said, man, listen, bro. I said, started to make sense. He said, my house would cost me $42,000 to build. He spent like $38,000, right? But when you see this man's house,
it's a 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom house with marble floors and chandeliers. A bathroom in every room.
And I'm sitting up here like, but his was 3-bedroom. But still,
it's just the point.
But
I get it.
You was right.
No,
marble. He said, man, he said when I got my marble floor done in my house, it cost me like $3,800. I said, what? He said, marble floor here cost me like $4,000. I said, what? He said, man,
I can see that.
He said, that's with labor. I said, dog. And so when I said, look, I said, if I leave here with $250,000 in cash and American money, he said, man,
oh God, that's $2.5 billion, over $2.5 billion in Nigeria.
So that's what I'm saying.
So I think I need to make that move to Nigeria.
Mine is made.
Because I think right now about $67 to get you a little over $100K. So if you do that math to the
wait a minute,
$250,000.
I might get on the plane.
I might have to get on the plane.
And look,
you said $67.
$67.
It's like $100,000 over there.
Tino, like I'm trying to tell people.
Miles, what are we doing sitting here?
Let's go.
Why are we in America?
Grab your bag.
My goodness, are they accepting us?
Why y'all think Portia married that man?
I got to go find one now.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Let me find a Nigerian man.
Hakeem, my son.
I'm going on TikTok Live today.
Okay. Wow, I didn't know that. $67 is $100,000.
So
they paying that for homes over here. My goodness.
And most people's salary in Nigeria isn't even $100K.
I'm about to say, it's not.
Like, me and my husband was out to eat one day. We went to La Veranda by the Blowfish Hotel. It's on the island. Very classy Italian restaurant.
Hey.
Our bill was like 200 something K. And we looked at each other and was like, we got to stop doing this. We be eating people's salaries. Like, we just got to stop. But like, I can't because
I get it.
The money is there.
Listen.
Why not?
Why not? Why
I love it.
Why not? I'm just smiling at all. Like, why not?
And one of the biggest myths I hate when people say Africans don't like us here. My African friend said, it's not that we don't like you.
I've met one that don't like me.
He's like, Miles, you are my brother and you know that. But you're not lazy. He said, when I see the people waking up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon talking about they mad because they don't have no jobs, that's the stuff we just despise.
But that's because they don't understand systemics. But I'm going to be honest, I'm a black woman first.
Okay.
Right.
And so in Nigeria, especially when I'm with my husband, my English is English. Okay? My English be English.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they automatically know, like, she ain't all the way here.
Right.
Okay.
And so I have experienced some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
like what? Like what have you? I need to know. I want to know.
So we were at Farm City. Okay, so we were at Farm City.
You talking like we know what the hell we be talking about.
Listen, I got you.
When she's speaking, we know what's on. This on the island.
Thank you. So we were at Farm City in Lakey, And it's like it's a restaurant, but it's also like a bar lounge type situation.
Okay.
So we walk in. I'm very much pregnant, but like you can't tell because I kind of got like on one of my little wraparound skirts. Mm-hmm. So I sit down. It's like 3 girls at the table that's next to us. Mm-hmm. Immediately, you can clock it that I'm black. Mm-hmm. So they looking at my husband. They looking at me. I can feel energy real good. So I'm like, okay, I'll let it be. The next thing I knew, one of them was at our table. After the drinks start coming, she was at our table. She had a big old, like, and I'm just like, okay.
She was dragging that wagon.
Let me see where this about to go.
Okay.
So then she picked up the bottle. She's talking. It's my husband's 2 friends were there too. And then she looked at me. She was like,
I know the little. That's a real thing.
What? I looked at my husband. He looked at me. He knew I was finna starting. So he got her on up out of there. But like, I feel it all the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I see the looks. Even with like his friends, girlfriends.
Wow.
Like I see the look because one thing that we got to understand is that people think that when we marry Nigerian men, that most of the times they believe that, oh, he just married her for the papers, or oh, he just did this for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it be like, some people do get married just for the papers.
Right. Right.
But absolutely, I wanted my husband to get them papers because, baby, I take a 12-hour flight. Tag, you're it.
Yeah.
He need them papers because I'm tired.
Right.
Not I'm on a plane 3 months pregnant because I got to come home to daddy. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to be able to do the same things that I need to be able to do.
Exactly.
So we all want those papers.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to understand the person that you with. Like, most people don't spend enough time when they meet people in another country.
Right.
I was there. I tell people all the time, me and my husband, we seem to crack each other's asses. It ain't shit you can tell us about each other.
Right.
So how did you meet him?
It was the year of return in Ghana. And
Okay.
Oh, so you did go that year?
Yes, I did. And I saw everybody from Detroit. I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
We here.
Right.
Okay.
But I was minding my business and he came start talking to me.
Okay.
Thought I was Nigerian.
Gotcha.
Wow. That was like, what, 2018?
19.
19.
Okay.
Do you get that a lot? Like, people just think that you're Nigerian?
They think I'm straight Nigerian. And it'd be like, I'm 56% Nigerian. But I was born here.
You know,
I'm a
it depends.
Detroiter, baby.
You know,
Okay.
you know,
I like
depends.
East or West, if you don't mind me asking.
Well,
In the middle.
It must be one. Is it
No,
one?
she east side.
I'm an East Side.
I can tell she
Warren
east
and
side.
Connors all day.
Oh, yeah.
Because we East.
She over there by the city airport.
You know?
I knew-
I grew
I
up
knew-
on Nashville.
I knew she was east side.
Oh, because I used to, that was my stuffing
Yes.
grounds. Okay.
Do they got big ass grapes like that in Africa? I just want
They do, and the fruit be so sweet.
I bet.
I would go over there
I
just to
just
eat
like
all fruit.
everything just so pure there. I don't know why.
Listen, I love going grocery shopping. I love going to the market. It was very interesting in the market because, so I speak Pidgin because I need to learn.
what
Right?
is what is
Like,
pigeon?
what is
So
Pidgin?
Pidgin is Nigerian English, and so when the Portuguese colonized Nigeria, it became the language that they created to be able
To talk again.
And
Yeah.
so now across West Africa, Pidgin is used. So like Ghanaians, they have their own little version of Pidgin. Nigerian Pidgin is the sexiest to me. Togo, Benin, they use little versions of Pidgin. I think in Sierra Leone they have a little bit of Pidgin, but it's really like a blend of English.
Okay.
So is it almost kind of like how would the Jamaicans do patois?
That's why.
Yeah, is it like okay?
A little bit.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So
Oh.
we just killed the myth that Africans do not like Black Americans.
Oh, I have been stopped falling into that myth.
I've
That's
been-
foolishness.
Well, and again, here
They just don't like laziness.
I'm about to say they hate. Man, listen.
And it's-
my boy was like, "Miles, you know I love you, because I can call you at 5:30 in the morning and you answer your fucking phone."
Because they up.
My accountant, he's Nigerian,
Okay.
and I love talking to him because everything he's like, you can do whatever
Absolutely.
you set your mind to.
Yeah.
Like everything is always in your
Absolutely.
mind. He'll say so. I'd be like, I can't. He'd be like, you can.
When you think about the
You
Nigerians
can.
in this city,
You can.
they are some of the most amazing people.
Yes.
Like, they do some of the most amazing things. I think about my friend Arada. Arada has the Chip Bag Project. This brilliant ass Nigerian woman thought to take chip bags and turn them into sleeping bags for homeless people.
Wow.
I wouldn't
we
have thought
gotta
of
stay in
that.
contact with
Oh wow. 'Cause- Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that either.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I mean,
Now that I think of
Absolutely.
the actual
the
chip
aluminum
bag,
on
the
the
aluminum-
inside. Yes.
Well, now I think about it, that would make sense
Like the
because
thermal.
when you think about aluminum foil,
Exactly.
you have the shiny side and you have the dull
Exactly.
side because one side keeps the food warm and the
Yeah,
other
that's
side
what
keeps
I
the
said,
food
the
cold. So
thermal
yeah,
part.
now
Yeah,
that
yeah.
dang, that's deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it goes back to that education because
Yeah.
Nigerian schools are made different.
Okay,
So
can you
tell
talk
us,
about
let's
that?
talk about the Nigerian schools.
Even the poorest of schools, they are teaching you the foundations, like
of history.
of everything.
There you go.
Is it like life skills still within the curriculum? Okay.
Absolutely. And then you're not going to lunch and they're not giving you this food that they also make for prisoners.
Yeah.
Because our kids are eating prison food. They're making chicken and jollof for lunch.
Yeah.
Breakfast, you're going to eat some, if you're in a poor school, you're going to eat some pap, which is like a custard. But it's still food. They're going to feed you.
So they actually feed you food.
Real food. Somebody in there cooking for you.
And from what I understand, schools over there also, no matter what, you learn who you are.
Absolutely.
You learn who you are.
But the only downside to that is you don't learn who other people
are, right?
And so you can learn who you are all day, and I can be proud to be a Nigerian, but I think for me the bare minimum at least should be there needs to be the connection between black people, because most of us as black people, our ancestry comes from West Africa. And if they're not tying that connection, that's where people start to feel like, oh, well, they don't like us. Oh, they think they better than us. It's not that they think they better than us. They just know themselves.
Yeah. And I heard my boy also say.
And that's what's going on. It's an identity crisis over here.
We don't know ourselves.
We don't know ourselves. That's why we're always latching on to all
People
of these different
People looked at me like I was crazy when I said I was going to Nigeria. They thought I was nuts when I said I was marrying my husband. Baby, just sit back and watch. I got this. I know what I'm doing.
You know, my cousin actually married her husband from Nigeria. She met, I don't know, I think she met him online or something like that. And she flew back and forth, and he's actually here now.
Absolutely.
And they go back and forth. And her son.
And that man came here and stepped, didn't he?
He's I think he's an engineer. Yeah, nice guy. Body's amazing. My God.
I tell my husband all the time, I'll be like, you don't even go to the gym.
He doesn't. I asked my cousin, I said, does he go to the gym? She was like, no, he natural. I said, baby, I got to get me a Nigerian man.
They just built like that.
Let me tell you something.
Got to go get me a Nigerian
But
man.
it's all that hard work they done did throughout them childhood years.
Yeah, they muscles constantly are work.
Well, you need to go to Nigeria, Mouse, because you seem to miss that. But I want to go back to this education.
We're going to Nigeria.
I do. I want what
I
are
want to
some?
throw everything I got right here.
I want to know, like, what are some? Because you said they know who they are. Like, what are they learning to know that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the lessons that they're being taught over there.
Yeah, so like each village is different. So like my husband's dad is from Akwa Ibom, his mom is from Benin. Benin, Edo State is the biggest kingdom in Nigeria. Like when you see most of the artifacts of African culture, a lot of that stuff came from Benin. Benin used to have a wall bigger than the Greater Wall of China until they tore it down.
Yeah.
And so like they are learning like their rich culture, and like they're learning what we are not taught, which is beyond slavery. They teach us that slavery is our black history, and it's not. Slavery is white history.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
How we overcame it is black history.
It's black history.
But what they're taught is before all of that.
And we ain't even overcome that shit yet.
We ain't overcome it, but we got a little somewhere.
I'm glad you got hope, because the reason I'm so glad you got hope, because I keep trying to tell people we still slaves. The only thing we just got paid roads. You know what I mean? Red lights, green lights.
Absolutely.
We know when to stop and when to go.
Absolutely.
Other than that, our mentality is still
and that's my
locked in.
issue. That's why I said I love that you have hope, because for me it's the mentality here, and it
But she-
disturbs
but-
my
but I think,
soul.
But she see
I
the
think
other.
about-
But she see the other side.
And that-
Exactly.
Well, let me see. Let's see. She knows the other side. And I keep trying to tell people. People like, "Miles, you done a lot." I'm like, "So you know?" No, I'm trying to tell you. Jay-Z said it the best. Hov did that, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that.
It's called wisdom.
Absolutely.
But most people in America don't respect wisdom. I told somebody this.
They don't. They have no
about-
more respect or honor.
A few months ago, they talking about. I said, "Why you think you never saw George Washington children?" They're like, "Why?" I said, "Because it was all black kids."
Talk about it.
I said, "Because it was known that his wife could not make children." So I said,
Yeah.
Have you ever met a white man last name Washington?" It's like, no, exactly.
You said, "Have I ever met who?"
A white man last name Washington.
The Washingtons
Because
are
now that I
black.
know about it, I definitely know a Washington. His last name is Washington. He's black.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like,
Washington,
it's
she's
But,
black.
that's what I try to explain to people. Like, but
Yeah, now that I think about it.
But Tinu being where she be at and where she live at, and it's like you start to understand that. So that's why she said she have this much
A
of
little
hope.
bit of hope, yeah.
Because she knows how far our history really go back.
Mm-hmm.
We don't believe this shit. I told people when you look at a traffic light, elevator, all that's still
Phone,
us.
all of that stuff. GPS, black women created that. But I think about all of the. So there are
Okay, nah, goddamn it.
thousands.
Right.
There are thousands of black women who have walked the same path that I've walked. And I always tell people who try to be like, well, why would you go all the way to another country to marry somebody? Baby, I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams.
There you go.
They never imagined that me, 4 or 5 generations later, would be able to get on a plane and say I'm going to Nigeria.
Right.
Somewhere that they never saw again.
Right.
So please, let me do what I'm doing. I got this.
So I'm just asking.
Nigeria.
So I'm asking. By also my friend, his mother-in-law. Like how she got her hair. Right. Her mother-in-law looks differently at people who wear their hair like that, right? And they was trying to explain to me, she said, "Miles, but the crazy part is, yeah, it is all that what you talking about. But when it comes to the women, they have a little divide. Is that true?
Say more.
About how the women wear a lot of women over there bleaching their skin now, wearing relaxed hair.
Oh, so you said basically they're doing their hair differently? Is that what you're basically getting at?
they've been Americanized.
Americanized.
As far as their look.
The baby girl life. So, I mean,
And is that part of education in the school system?
I'm not sure, but I know beauty is big
Yes.
in Nigeria. Being beautiful is huge. The way that you look, the way that you carry yourself. I think that a lot of Nigerian women, they gonna put on a lace front, they gonna wear a wig, they gonna get their nails done, they gonna do all of those things. Some of them even do bleach their skin.
Yeah.
But those are people who want to assimilate to whiteness because
Gotcha.
they have hopes of being in maybe other places.
Right.
And we know how this world operates, right?
So they still have the same effects that America do in some cases.
Absolutely. They're a colonized country at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
But I think about, so I was pregnant and I love getting my nails done in Nigeria. My nail tech, Sam, I love you. He's the best.
Is he African or he Chinese?
He's Nigerian.
She
The
just said Nigerian.
the Chinese people are not occupying our nail salon spaces in Nigeria.
Right.
They occupy tech spaces in Nigeria, and it's the Japanese.
Japanese, right?
That's important. Okay.
Major difference.
Major difference.
One eye like this, other one like that. Go ahead.
I had got my nails done, and they weren't even my normal long. And mommy popped me, and she was like, "Oh yeah, how you gonna take care of baby and you see your nails now?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still cooking the baby, but I got popped, because she's like, your nails. And then one day I had on like a white dress, and I just had on some black underwear. Now, my grandma told me I'm supposed to wear a slip, but I ain't had one.
Yeah, I got
And me and my man, we was on our way to the beach. Mommy didn't give a damn. She popped me and told me to go put on she gave me some short something to put under my dress, and I was just like, I'm gonna put these on to walk out the house, but when I get out, I'm taking this off. But mommy don't be playing. So there are certain things that they expect you to do. Especially, I'm not just a woman in the world. I'm my husband's wife.
I like that. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
that
And
makes
in
a lot of
Nigeria,
sense.
Your husband he won't have a haircut, he won't have nothing on, but as long as his wife look like she's stepping,
there you go.
That's all that
matters.
Yeah.
So when I walk out the door, I gotta look like my husband's wife.
I know that's right.
Or I'm gonna get in trouble.
But
So they like to take care of their women, but you have to. But you also take care of your man. You take care of your husband.
But your wife is representation on who.
But
you
I believe
are.
that.
Listen, who you are here.
Yes. No, I believe that.
So that's what I told people back when I started, having children. They was like, bro, you ain't going. I said, bro, I had to spend money on my baby clothes.
But my dad is
what
like
I mean?
that.
I'm like, that's just how I am.
My dad, as long as me and my mom good, he's good. And like, I love that. You know what I mean? And that's what men are. Now, I got a question because they say like my size, not really welcomed over there because they say I'm little. Yeah. They say I would be considered.
See, you got a good foundation. So mommy's just gonna want you to eat.
Yeah.
She gonna feed you.
Okay.
She gonna feed
so
you.
I gotta go eat when I go over there.
But see, this is the thing. They call it a figure eight. And so like,
what's the figure eight?
The figure eight is you good here, but you shouldn't be good here.
Okay, so that 8 is the snatch part in the middle.
Absolutely.
Okay. Got you. So I got to step my game up. What you saying? But before I go over there, I got to step my game up.
Listen, I be struggling, but it's okay. My man love me.
But also would also hurt too. The thicker you are, it's like your legs will be stronger and stuff like that too. It helps you out in your living. Period.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing myself.
Let me go to Nigeria.
But I don't know if you've seen the African brothers. They're over there. They're in Africa, but they be exercising, showing you how to do the exercise.
Yeah.
But for kinetic energy. But they got this white girls. They got like 2 white girls. I ain't never seen no thick white girls like that ever in my life.
Based on their exercise, they
and how they eat and everything. They show how they
have to figure it out.
They eating fruits and vegetables.
And the chicken is real protein because the chicken is real.
Right. Right.
So Kenneth said, if it's your first time going to Africa, where do you recommend?
I recommend for every black person, if you are going to Africa for the first time, go to Accra, Ghana. And I say go to Accra for a reason. Because it's going to give you a nice, welcoming vibe. Ghana has been ranked one of the safest places to be right now. But you can also go to the Osu Castle. And it is one of the castles that was on the Atlantic slave trade. I recommend that you go there first because to step foot in Africa, one, it's something about that first breath of air that's just undeniable. But you have to figure out who you are while you're there. It's not just about the enjoyment. It's not just about saying, oh, look at me, I went to Africa. If you don't go to Africa and you don't visit the slave castles, if you don't visit the villages, if you don't do those things, then you just do yourself a disservice and you just another nigga that went to Africa.
Clock it.
Okay, because she said what she said.
No, I mean because that's the ancestral part.
Absolutely. I sat in so I went to the Osu Castle, go to Elmina, Cape Coast, all of those places. There's Badagry in Nigeria. There's a lot of places to go. But I went to Osu Castle and they take you through this first room and they tell you all of the history. And then there's another room and it's kind of like a dungeon. It's probably like the size of a small walk-in closet. And they tell you that 200 people fit in this room, unclothed. They were left to defecate, urinate. They had no food. It's completely dark. And this is where they were supposed to be. And I recorded it because this moment was so surreal for me because I'm a spiritual person. I may be a Christian, but I'm a very spiritual person first. And I'm a Scorpio, so let me start there. I'm very
That's what it is.
Clock that coffee.
That's what it is. Okay.
I'm very intuitive with my emotions and just my ancestors. Like I have ancestral altars in my house, like all of those things. And I'm sitting in this space and like I couldn't move. Everybody they opened the door and told us that because they close it to let you get that feeling first. And when they opened the door, I was stuck. Like, I couldn't move. And the only thing that I could do, I took my phone out and I just recorded. And the only thing I could do was sit there. And the only thing that I heard in my head was, I know they're watching, ancestors watching. And that's all I heard in my head the whole time that I was sitting there. You can smell the everything. Like, you can see the lines on the wall. You can smell it. and then you walk out and you go down this little bitty staircase that's a spiral staircase, and it's called the Door of No Return. I had to turn a little bit to the side because it was so small trying to go down this door of no return. But you think about taking people from villages hours away who've never seen an ocean before. You walk down, you in this dark room, you walk down these stairs and you are met by the Atlantic Ocean. And one of the things that they tell you is that so many people didn't even make it past that point because of fear. And for me, just like processing that moment was like, I would have been scared too.
I mean, the way you're talking about it, because I'm claustrophobic.
Absolutely.
So even the fact that you said when you shut the door,
I can't even be under the cover without breathing heavy. Like I can't breathe.
So like I'm listening to you describe it, and I'm like going there mentally, and I'm like getting hot because I don't. Just closing the door for me, I know I wouldn't have made it
in the dark with no clothes on.
I know I wouldn't have made it,
and you got to pee.
I wouldn't have made it.
And you're hungry.
You're hungry.
Yeah. I wouldn't have. Just the fact that you said the door was
closed.
Just
took your kids. Wow. They just took your husband. You don't know the people that's sitting next to you. You have no idea what's about to happen.
And they made sure a lot of them didn't know how to speak the language.
And I was about to say that you probably wasn't even speaking the same language.
No.
Absolutely not. No. Because we're across villages. Everybody, like mommy speaks Benin. I don't know how mommy ended up with an Akwa Ibom man because he speaks Akwa Ibom. Right. And mommy speaks Beni. And so but because of all of the colonization, now they're able to relate through Pidgin or English. Mommy speaks English a little bit, but now it's different. But like back then, every village has their own language still.
That's what I tell people. That's what I told people. They're like, "Miles, why are you teaching your daughter about Africa when
that's such a humbling experience?"
We hear but it's to the point to where when I used to talk about this all the time because Minister Farrakhan, who really helped me start to understand about our brothers and sisters in Africa. Because at first I'm looking at the commercials and I'm like, I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? I'm like, and the baby's crying. And, help him for only $5 a month. I'm like
commercials.
But everything is a business. Yeah. And so even still, I tell people now, when you get there, resist the urge to give those kids on the street money. If you really want to help, go to a orphanage or something like that and physically bring food. Don't just give people money because at the end of the day, I love Nigeria, but Nigeria.
My boy told me about that. My boy said, nigga, they got fake Hennessy.
Listen, anything is possible in Nigeria. But like, I have physically seen kids on the street. You give them money and they go and give it to an adult. Because this is how we're working today. And so like,
no, she right.
Perception is reality, and everything that you see is not exactly what it is. And so, like, don't get to Nigeria. Another thing, Kenneth, don't get to Nigeria and want to be a savior. Leave them people on the street alone.
Yeah, if they're on the street,
they don't need you to save them. Leave them alone. You'll see people. I've seen some of the craziest things. Like, I've seen people who legs are contortions because maybe they had born like cerebral palsy or something like that and didn't have proper care. They're scooting around on the ground. That man outside, he's still selling his fruit. He's still doing what he need to do because that's the hustle of a Nigerian. 5,000 is enough to take with you. That'll be a little over 5 million there. But don't get to Nigeria or any African country and try to save people. That's not what they need you to do.
No, at all. Because
that's funny because we feel kind of sympathetic for people here
but you don't feel sympathetic for the people here on our street. So don't feel sympathetic for them.
No, that's really
how you got to think about it.
But no, that's what she was saying. Like it's crazy because we do feel sympathetic for the people.
Sometimes you
gotta be careful.
Sometimes you have a heart pull, and then sometimes it's like I saw what she did with that last one.
Exactly.
Because when you have animals, for me, because I don't know. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Cal was telling a story about his sister-in-law. He's like his sister-in-law told a man evidently he was a drug addict. Walked up on her, told him, "I need some money, I'm hungry." She said, "I'm gonna give you this $5, but you better spend it on food. If you ain't gonna spend it on food, God gonna get you." He was like, "Here, take this back." She's like, you need to eat, go eat. You know what I mean?
Listen, I live on the cusp of Dearborn, and people laugh at me when I say this, but if you go from east way going west on Warren and you come up on Southfield, it's like 4 corners of that little Southfield Expressway on Warren.
Yes.
I call it a crackhead coalition.
Most definitely.
Because they literally are a coalition for real.
I used to stay right there.
They take shifts.
Yeah.
And they occupy the corner. Yeah. And it's this one white couple. He has the same story every time he sees you. He's like, my girl is pregnant with twins, and we just got a voucher from the church for a hotel, but we don't have the $50 deposit. I'm only about $5 short. Could you help me? Every time I go to Walmart, I see him. I'm coming out the liquor store. I see him one day. He didn't. Black woman, y'all know how we are. You know, if I stop, I've heard you, right?
Yeah.
She trying to go in. She holding the door, and he talking. I looked at her. I said, "Go in the store."
Yeah.
She said, "Thank you. Go in the store." Because he finna go behind that dumpster, behind the laundromat, and he gonna walk through that little alleyway to that house that they be using, and he finna do whatever he doing. It ain't got nothing to do with no church, no kids, no nobody.
Well,
keep going in.
I don't know if you remember years ago, roughly about 6 or 7 years ago, they came out with a whole documentary. It was people who was faking who they were. And they drove Mercedes Benz. They live in suburban areas. They were like, I make more money begging. He was like, bottom line, I make about $300,000 a year begging. Because you think about
That's
it,
crazy.
I mean, because listen,
that's why I said it has to be a tug or a pull or something. You have to
I'll buy you
my heart.
Yeah,
I'll buy you food.
Yes.
But
or I'll even go get it and bring it back before just giving them.
that's how my daughter got me with the white boy on 8 Mile.
Yeah, I got to be a tug.
He's like, Dad, why you giving him money? He hungry. I said, Pooter, I'm about to buy you some food.
But
so we went home. I said, why are you making all these sandwiches? Put a white boy on the corner. I said, really? She said, ain't that his name, White Boy? I said, no. His name
That's what you call him?
That's what I called him. and so we went there, and so she was just, I let her get out, and we walked around that little 8 Mile Woodward area, and gave the black guy and she was just giving a sandwich. She said, here, thank you. I said, they supposed to tell you thank you.
Oh, but it's just the thought it was
just
cute
the fact
that
that she
she,
yeah.
But that's the only thing that had got me. Because I never gave nothing to, except for one time with this guy named Fly. He played the guitar. He was a heroin addict. And I asked
Black
him,
guy.
Yeah.
I just gave him Subway the other day.
Really?
Because I feel like everybody has a story.
They do.
Maybe
They do.
They were people before this. They just may have
Absolutely.
fell on
They still
bad
are.
times.
And there's
They
still
still are
people. I
people.
get it. I understand. Like that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it has to be a tug or something. Because honestly, I look at it too spiritually. It's like sometimes we
all need somebody.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I became homeless, right? But I wasn't a drug addict. But it made me realize everybody that's homeless is not a drug addict.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah.
But when I've seen them
Or
people,
irresponsible.
That
life is just laughing. Yeah.
But at the same time, when I seen the 2 people fighting over a pigeon, who was gonna cook it, I said, I'm getting the fuck off this bench. I said, I gotta leave. And God gave me the vision to leave, and that's what got me back on track.
Yeah. No, I get it. Sometimes it's like I said, it has to be a tug of my heart because it is some people that's scheming and scamming, and
that's what makes it so sad.
That's what makes it sad because you're hurting the next person that really that might need it.
Yeah.
So Tina, what part do you play in the education that's going on here?
In the city of Detroit?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So I've been in the education field for the last 10 years. Shouts out to my organization, 482 Forward. We do education advocacy and organizing in the city. And so we have our neighborhood action teams. We have our Northeast action team, the Central action team, which is the action team that I lead out of Central Detroit. We have our Brightmoor action team.
I'm not going there. We're Central. We're
Stop doing Brightmoor.
Don't do Brightmoor.
I won't. We're Central Detroit.
Central Detroit is so District 2 and 5. And so, like, Mary Grove, Palmer Park school
I'm with
area.
you. I'm with you. That's from my hood. I'm PA. Yeah. So
So you in a few different
most definitely
districts.
2 and 5.
2 and 5. Those are some dope districts.
Yeah.
So what can I do personally to sponsor math and reading programs?
To sponsor math and reading programs? I mean, if you have a vision, bring it to life. Like
what I used to do was I had friends that was in the educational field, and I used to pay 2 to 3 people every 2 months to do tutor programs for math and English at Northwestern Activity Center, right? Because they gave us the room at no cost, but I paid my friends, you know what I mean? But they did a good job. I did that for like 9 years.
Okay.
And now I just feel God been tugging on me lately, like, you know how you are, you know your mission, continue. So I just want to know what can I do personally to do it, and if my team want to join in and participate, that's fine. But I'll just me personally, because I have a particular love or fire for children learning. Hey, come on in, Donnie. Dang, all right, Donnie, we gained a little weight. Have a seat. So listen, what can I do? What can I do in regards of helping that out?
I mean, it's a lot of things to do. Like, each school is different. Each school operates different. You got to pick your battle, charter, private. I mean, not charter, private, charter, public. Pick a school. Go talk to the principal.
I thought you ran programs like that.
So I'm an organizer. Okay. I'm not a programmatic person.
That was my next question.
Yeah. So I create workshops and do trainings and all of that other stuff, but I'm about community organizing, and it's different than just being in programs.
Okay.
And so,
we'll talk after this then.
Yeah.
So you said you create workshops?
Yeah. So, but for other like community organizations to do this work.
Okay.
And so, like, I think when it comes to like the programmatic side of it, I have stepped into this new project that I'm working on. So we have our statewide coalition, the Michigan Education Justice Coalition. I lead our African American committee. And last year we sat down, and our committee, we thought about what is it that we can do to, one, shift the way people are thinking about education in the city. What is it that we about to do? And so we decided to write legislation. And so we wrote legislation for the state of Michigan that said we want to be able to do culturally relevant curriculum, Black and brown teacher retention, and school to prison pipeline investigation.
Got you.
And so we were appropriated $4 million from the state to do this work. Okay. But I'm not the program person. I'm the organizer.
Gotcha.
I'm the one that pulls it all together. And so we have this money, and we are right now, we've just wrapped up all of the things with our intermediate school district, who will receive the funds for us from the Michigan Department of Education. And then from there, we're assembling a task force. And so I think the biggest thing right now for me is this task force is made up of 4 of my committee members, 3 educators, 3 students, and 2 Black dads. And right now it's not just about Detroit, because a lot of times people think that education problem is in Detroit, and it's not. We have 17 predominantly Black school districts across the state of Michigan. Most people won't even believe that West Bloomfield is one of those districts. Because our kids from Pontiac, all of those little places right there.
It's the second largest one, right? No, Warren. It's Warren. It's Detroit. It's Detroit, Warren.
Yeah, Warren.
Warren
and Southfield and
Southfield only got one high school.
You know,
they had 3 of them.
And so with this project, we are really focusing on how do we empower the people that's already doing this work. Because we know with these 3 things, you cannot make a shift in education if our kids are still on the school to prison pipeline.
Yeah. That's true.
We can't make a shift in education if our students are not seeing teachers that represent who they are. Right. And we can't make a shift if the things that they're being taught, which is the culturally relevant curriculum piece, if the things that they're being taught doesn't resonate. Mm-hmm. We talked a lot about Africa. We talked a lot about how they know themselves. We talked about all of these different things. And so, like, the curriculum piece is so important because kids need to know who they are. They need to understand history differently. They need to see themselves in the things that they learn, in the way that they're taught, how they're taught, when they're taught. I think about Finland. Like, the fact that for every 45 minutes of instruction, those kids get 15 minutes of recess. In Japan, the kids are cooking their lunch and cleaning up afterwards. And so, like, we are not preparing our kids for success. And so we are hoping that the My Black Student Project is one of those things that begins to shift the way that we are thinking about education in Michigan.
Well, and I'm glad you said that because I was working on something roughly about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and in response of what I've known about retail, who phone is on, I must be Darnita. So, about retail. Retail is all of America is set up like prison systems.
Yes, yeah.
You walk in one door, and you go in this square circle.
Basically going into a cage.
Right. Every single time, and to walk back out of another one door. T-Mobile was one of the first retailers in cellular business to start setting it up like this, because they was mimicking Amazon. Amazon started opening up these grocery stores to where you don't need cashiers. So you coming from a non-human standpoint, and no contact, no human contact. And so you walk into place and you just go in a circle. Grocery market set up that way. You come through the door, produce on this one side, right? And it teach you unhealthy, and it teach you unhealthy spending habits.
Well, you know, that's all part of psychology too, right? So they put stuff in a certain area because it's like, oh, I'm going to go to the store for one thing.
Right.
But then they have it in a certain area because it's strategic on, okay, oh, wait, I got to buy this. Oh, I got to get this.
You
Oh, I
can't
got to
eat
get
bread
this.
without no meat. You can't eat cereal, no milk.
And it's all on different sides of the grocery store, and that's all strategic. Right. It's a psychology type of thing, and even down to the colors and how they do that.
So they got it from lab rats, mice. And they learned that if you put cheese or the pellets in certain areas, that they would either shun them away or hide it or sit on it. It's crazy. But our psyche come from people of tormenting people. Like she just gave the example, when you go to Africa, places you got to hit, right? So when you think about West Africa, right, nobody even talk about West Africa. All you hear about South Africa, you know what I mean? Because West Africa have this negative innotation on slavery, but at the same time, that's how you need to talk to your ancestors.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because you can't talk to your ancestors if that ain't where the plight was or the death was. I tell anybody, when I went to Hawaii and we was over where behind the ships, they told, 31 people died here, and I was the only non-sympathetic person in there. I was like, that ain't shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 301. I'm like, that ain't shit.
Try millions.
Right, exactly. There's still places in the Pacific Ocean where sharks still swim, because that's where the blood was. It's crazy. To this very day, it passed it on to their offspring. And that's what hey, listen, y'all watching the Rise and Ground Morning Show. Y'all already know what time it is. It's me, Brittany, Shanny. We got guests in the building. We'll be right back. Hey, don't touch that dial. Ask any questions of Tinu you want to ask her, Brittany, myself, or Shanny. We got Darnitha coming up. We're going to be talking a little bit some more about some business, about if y'all got some business and y'all need some legal assistance and things of that nature. She going to tell y'all how to call her, but then I'm going to have y'all call me.
That's right.
We'll be right back. Y'all watching the Rise and Ground Morning Show.
Get ready for a night of lyrics and laughter. April 19th in Music Hall with Grammy Award winner Chrisette Michele. Also, the smooth sounds of Kindred, the Family Soul. And on the same show, get your laugh on with comedian Bruce Bruce.
Man, I went to church with my aunt. We didn't get up to 12:30. We didn't leave out of Friday evening by 4 o'clock.
And your celebrity host, Omar Gooding. Tickets on sale now. Available at Ticketmaster and the Music Hall box office.
So I'm gonna be like Queen Latifah and these bitches set it off. I ain't risking my life for no $2,000. We got $1 million in the hood. Somebody gonna fuck around and rob that motherfucker. You see a bitch, then smack a bitch.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
All men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair.
Hey, real quick, I know you guys are enjoying the show. Yes, we are always having a good time on the Rise and Grind Show. But please, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, type in Rise and Grind Morning Show. hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Therefore, you can always be in tune with our live content and interact with us, be in the comments, and we can keep bringing dope, hot content to you. Now, we're going right back to the show.
And we are back. Hey, y'all, listen. We got a lot going on right here.
We planning our trip to go to Nigeria.
Yes, hell yeah.
Podcasting.
Everybody needs to go for Dirty December.
Dirty December?
Oh, December a good month. That's my birthday anyway. So.
Damn,
You a Capricorn?
Can we go
I'm a
this year?
Sagittarius.
Oh, my baby's a Sagittarius.
She said a terrorist.
When is your birthday, Tuesday?
October 25th.
Oh, no wonder you and Shannon get along so well.
I was like, it's bad.
Y'all right there.
I wish you could cut on your microphone. Her birthday is October 29th.
9th.
Okay,
Ninth.
my
Get it
sister's
right.
is the 23rd.
My baby is the 27th.
The Scorpio energy.
My mother's birthday is the 27th.
Oh, okay.
My birthday is November 17th.
My mom's was November 14th.
Oh.
She's a Scorpio too.
Oh my goodness.
This
is too much.
That's my mother's
too
birthday. My mother passed November 14th.
Wow.
Too much.
It's crazy.
All
like,
the coincidences in the room.
oh, it's a lot of coincidences.
For y'all, I'm good.
Brittany, like, I ain't never been pregnant, never been married, never.
Brittany, like, I'm just living life.
I'm living
right
life.
now.
That's what we do.
Don't either. She trying to give you that
We the Leos.
I wasn't.
She talking about you.
The Leo. That's what we do.
I didn't see where I was sitting at up in here, so I'm like, am I?
Because you came very
Am I
prepared.
in alignment?
Yeah, she came very
I
prepared.
had to come prepared because sometimes it be some. You know, y'all have a lot going on. A lot of people stopping by, so people be taking all of the phone stands.
They really do.
That was the other spot.
But you came with your lights and everything.
I didn't want to show y'all.
Lights
You know,
for
she
action.
came. This is actually TikTok shop, so don't.
I love me a good
She
TikTok
came
shop
all the way
vibe.
prepared.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was a-
TikTok shop.
I love it.
I thought that was an earmuff.
You know what? It could be more
You can turn it
purpose.
around.
She
you know,
can
but
be
I
multi-purpose.
didn't charge them.
Okay.
I'm glad
She
y'all
came
like
ready.
TikTok shop because just this morning I got the notification the Trap Kino board game is on TikTok shop.
That is so good. Congratulations.
It's been a long process with TikTok, but
Brittany, just throw me one of them basketballs.
You see what I'm saying? Look, I had to definitely get my one and done. Yeah.
Give me no, you throw me. Okay.
I had a
You
coupon
can't
for
pass
tropical
on the grapes.
smoothie.
Oh, what?
You had a what?
I had a coupon.
Tropical smoothie.
Sounds like you had a good day.
We trying to get those on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We need to figure out how we can get a sponsorship with them.
Please.
We really should.
I need
You
kiwi
can.
quenchers.
I think we should.
I need to talk to you because you got the plug. You got the connect.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we going to Nigeria. That's it. Let's talk about. We might be doing this shit in December.
Let's do
No,
it.
really, I really want to.
Let's see what it takes.
We can do the podcast there, the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
It'll be tomorrow.
Well, you know, in West
if you
Africa,
gonna
they
rise-
rise and grind real early.
Yeah, that's what I was about
They
to say.
praise
What
all
is that
night.
Rise and Grind? What time?
You gonna be so you got to remember your time difference too.
Yeah.
So you would be in the middle of the afternoon for you.
Oh,
right now?
So right now they're 4 hours ahead of us with our time change. When the time goes back, they're 5 hours ahead. So right now it's 4 hour time difference.
Can you have Brittany these big ass basketballs? Thank you.
Thank you.
I used to be in meetings at midnight.
Those organic.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
No.
Hey, do they got grapes this damn big in Africa?
See? She knows.
But they got
Bananas are this small though.
Right.
Like
The bananas
the
are
native
small?
bananas are this small.
The little cute
The lemons are green. Oranges are green.
What color are the pineapples?
They're regular color.
Because I've been seeing pink pineapples lately. No, don't. Okay.
No pink ones.
No pink ones. Okay.
I never seen a pink one.
I've had pink pineapples.
Is it good?
Do they taste better
Yes,
than
they're
the
actually a
regular?
little sweeter than the yellow ones.
I believe it.
I can imagine. Yeah.
In Africa, they have a lot of yellow watermelon out there.
Okay.
Yep.
So some of the guys come and bring them.
The yellow watermelon.
Yeah.
What does it taste differently?
No, it tastes.
It tastes about the same.
No,
It's
it's
sweeter.
the same, but they say it's sweeter.
It's sweeter. I want to try
If
it.
it's
I feel like everything is
If
just
it's
better.
a yellow watermelon, it's definitely gonna be sweeter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanna
The
definitely-
red one's a little shaky.
Yeah, they're a little iffy.
And everything in Africa
You gotta
has
start
seeds.
paying attention to the
Yeah,
lines.
and the seeds in the yellow ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna see it.
And, and everything in
want
Africa
seeds.
basically, if it's fruit, they have seeds.
I want seeds in my stuff.
Yeah.
It better be seeds.
Most people, like in the village, you got to think about they take those seeds and they replant.
And they replant.
Okay. So here we're gonna talk about the Women Inspiring Network. This WIN. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Send my condolences out to also comedian Juicy too. I think she just lost her brother-in-law.
Yes. So our condolences to
Juicy.
Mrs. Juicy. Yes.
All right. There's something
She say she's still coming out though. So we appreciate her.
Sometimes when people is mourning, some of the best things you could do
is be around other people.
Be around other people that you want to kill.
No, it helps. It kind of takes your mind off different things, and you just feel the love from other people.
Yeah.
So,
And it's nothing better than really actually sometimes I think for me, everybody grieve different. For me, I like to kind of work through it because it's a process anyway. So I really don't like to let life stop me, and the best thing I can do is be in my passion, so why not?
I just don't like being around people that been around the person who I'm grieving over. Because they start lying and I'm going to say something. You know
that's what I don't like. Yeah. Like, don't lie. Because they're not here to defend it.
Right. No.
Right.
Hey, look, when Melissa passed, I swear to God, I didn't want to be around nobody.
Because so many people were lying in the film industry. And I was over there just sitting back like, okay.
Yeah. But then we do a foundation or a fundraiser for a scholarship and only 3 people donated. I'm like, oh, okay.
You find out who people. Okay.
Definitely. Let's put Darnita the flyer back up there. So Darnita.
Thank you, Miles. I appreciate that.
Well,
so I want to know what's going on now.
So
when is this happening?
Yes. So this is
this weekend.
Yep, it's this weekend. Actually, tomorrow. Saturday, tomorrow morning, from the time of 12 to 5 p.m. So we actually just mainly wanted to focus on collaboration. You know, this is to me the year that's most important on collaboration more than anything. I've been doing Trap Kino for a while, and one of the things was I think that I had to try to shift and alter how I work.
Yeah.
And working with other companies, one of the things with Trap Kino is I give away promotional prizes from Black-owned companies. So I really wanted to take the time to spotlight a lot of different, businesses, small businesses, or businesses that just haven't blown up yet. Can I say that?
Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
That's under small business. Yeah, it's under there. It's under the umbrella.
But in a sense, these are still a lot of, these are businesses that's also flowing. A lot of these businesses have their own storefronts and different things like that. They have food trucks, different things. So,
because Pink Bling, I've seen them.
Yes. Yeah. And we have also people coming from out of town. Can you put the flyer back up for me?
I sure can.
Because
side by side.
I'm working with no glasses today.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I'm working with no glasses today, so that's a transition within itself.
And she got so many sponsors, she can't name them all.
I just can't name them all. So I do have Key. She is coming here from Houston, Texas, with her wine. She has a wine dispensary actually in Houston, Texas.
A nice hosiery spot.
Yeah, she's a beautiful, amazing woman. She'll be here.
Go ahead, Shani. Do your thing.
There we go. I love it. Yes. And, of course, author Stephanie Price, she'll be here as well. She do a lot of things with Dabo in the community as well. And she also is, kind of been going through fighting cancer. So she's letting people know of the different things, with, her situation here and there. Yep, Juicy. She's coming by also to talk about some of her projects and the transition of things that she has going on. The media personality, Zaza, she's coming as well. I don't know if you guys... I know y'all know her. Yes, so she's coming as well to talk on our panel. She's a part of the panelists. And then I have also this special guest. This lady is so amazing. Pastor Kimberly Brooks. She married me and my husband. I love her on a different end. She prays for me. Sometimes you gotta have somebody else praying for you.
That is true.
All the time.
So she's coming just as a woman in ministry. On a different end to uplift the other women that's going through entrepreneurship, because she also provides services as well for people. That has business.
You gotta pay her for the prayer.
I mean, you gotta give a tithe.
Do I have 40,000
offering?
Is it 40,000?
No.
So y'all doing professional headshots there
Yes,
too? Okay.
yes, we'll have some professional headshots. And then my co-host, also, she'll be there. She just mainly orchestrates everything. She's amazing. Her name is Treese E. She is the owner of Top Notch Company. She has an online boutique. So she works from here and Memphis, and she does a lot with a lot of different corporations. So we bringing people together, networking, and
So what is the health screening consisting of?
The health screening is for mostly, this is located on 6 Mile in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out to some of the businesses in the community, some of the homes, and we just kind of gave them the information to let them know if they just want basic health screening. We doing like blood pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just basic. Yeah, things like that. You never know what someone needs. And we have information also. We have someone coming from the city of Detroit to let them know that, what the city of Detroit offer with health screenings as well.
No.
That they come.
Well, they should, because the STD, STI rate then went up. So that is really good. That they're like I think it's like number 1 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Detroit, it's up like the rates are very high.
It's only one STD that's up higher than most.
It shouldn't be high at all. But
no,
I think that's dope
First
that y'all
of all-
doing the health screening and things like that for sure.
First of all, the reason why it is because most women be attracted to the same type of man just because they have certain things, and that man is running through a lot of women. Let's put it out there. Let's tell the
I can
truth.
believe that.
I mean,
Sounds about right.
But again, I do like that they're bringing that. It's important.
I mean, I definitely I think it's wise for everybody to start to focus on their health anyway.
Yeah.
Like I tell you, I'm 53 and I be trying to be focused as hell, but when a good McDonald's special happens on 2 for $5, you got to take it.
I think this is going to be good, as far as, ending the end of Women's History Month with just a nice little bang of us all coming together. Even though, this pop-up and panel is this. So I've never done a pop-up before.
Okay.
I've done a pop-up as far as showed up to tell people about Trap Kino, but I've never orchestrated a pop-up. So this is a different venture for me. But this is something that I actually would prefer to do with collaboration of Trap Kino. So when people come in from out of state to see me as, the attraction, they'll be able to invest in these small businesses that's in our environment. So
I think that's dope.
Yeah, and congratulations to you for even putting it together.
Thank you.
I just want to ask y'all, because y'all are women here.
I hope we are.
All of y'all beautiful women. But why do you think it'd be a particular type of division when we start going into a women's event? And hypothetically speaking, and I'm not even speaking of Kanye or nothing. Kanye gave like Kim Kardashian like $20 million to start a business. Yeah, she worth like $2.5 billion, and he's like, I would never see that money again. So there has been a lot of good men behind women that's winning the business. That's one. Two, and why? And what do it take to orchestrate a whole damn month? Because I don't think we got a men month. The only men month I heard about is on podcasting. So.
Y'all got No Shave November.
Don't focus on your mental health in November, dear. Prepare for January.
Huh?
Yeah.
Didn't I say that? That's ushering. I told y'all.
Getting ready.
Y'all gotta get ready.
So you asked, like, why do we need a month, right?
Well, no, not just a month. No, I understand your month. First of all, I love women, so let's get this straight.
Disclosure.
I'm with y'all. You better get you in your corner.
I'm with y'all.
Because I was really trying to understand where you were going with it.
It'd be so much division. Like, it's already enough division between cultures. Now we're in our own race and we have division.
I see what you're saying. I know where you're going.
Like, and it's crazy. The only reason I say this is because if it's financial or marketable, I get it. Because women, y'all can come together, y'all can put some shit together. You know what I mean? The next thing you know, y'all can find 20 sponsors. You know what I mean? A guy be having one, and you be sitting there with all 12 of his buddies. Like, I guess they coming and they don't show up.
He would have more if he had a woman orchestrated.
That was my point. Behind
These are
every great
married
man
women, guys.
is a woman that's handling all the things.
So why would y'all get in these relationships? Get you a good one. I don't know what else to tell y'all.
I don't know what else to tell you.
I don't know what else to tell. That's it.
Tina, you can ask them. All I have around me is women. I don't.
Absolutely. And I let people know too. Like even with having this event, I say men are welcome. We want y'all in the building. It's a room full of. It's a room full of women. And some of those businesses are men-based businesses too.
I get your point though. So when we do stuff like this, we make things how we want them to look. We put things together how we want them to be. Right. And we can say that we want men to come, but if it doesn't look like something with your pink flyer,
I got you.
Your pink flyer, your sparkles, then it's like, is this really a place for me? Right. But if there was something that said, well, we got free haircuts, if there was something that said the mobile cigar lounge is going to be there, then it's kind of like, oh, okay, then maybe I can be like, baby, come to this event with me. Yeah. But if he see the flyer, he gonna be like, oh, I'm not trying to. I get that.
So you basically talking about like the attraction part, but I mean, wine is there? Men drink wine.
Well, it's not that. It's just that I've learned.
I understand what you're saying.
Marketability, right?
Yeah.
They did this at the last woman event that they had at Cobo or Huntington.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh no, we need the men to come and spend. They wives need that wallet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, a good wife keep her husband card in her purse.
Ooh,
so
damn it.
On Apple Wallet.
We need to hang out.
You said on Apple Wallet.
All my podcast life.
Okay. Wives, we get it.
So what I'm saying is that there be a lot of men that like to support women business, of course, because y'all sell women's clothes and they want either for their girl or for their wife or whatever. Mm-hmm. I just think the division in our own culture is crazy between the men and women. Me and Brittany be going at it all the time. Like, we be tired of hearing these men versus women conversations.
Oh, it bothers my soul.
Yeah, you do feel lost.
I hate to hear it.
It bothers my soul.
The crazy part is a lot of it be true. You know what I mean? And by being true, that's
it's not me.
I know.
It's the side of it.
You just need to plug in. She need to just plug it, boy, and stick it in. No pun intended.
No, you meant that.
I did.
Hey, caller.
Stick it in. Caller,
y'all gotta stop jumping on my man, Mr. Miles.
Thank you. No.
You called in. Are you calling
That's facts for real.
We're not jumping on them.
That's facts for real.
Hey, Cal.
We didn't even jump on them.
I could take 4 at a time.
Hey, I know, Mr. I know you can. I'm
definitely
look,
sure.
I think this is the problem though. It's almost as if it's a concerted effort sometimes for like with the event, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a concerted effort sometimes to keep black men out of the situation, and that's how it's presented sometimes, or that's how we would take it.
Yeah, very true.
Because it's not inviting. Like you think that it's not inviting.
I mean,
it's not even being promoted as men are welcome.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the curation of the event, I feel.
Well, it's no direct.
It's not. Okay. It's no shade.
I just brought that up because
I think so.
And then we have a lot of these. We have a lot of you know how we see it on the internet. A lot of videos saying, "Well, black men is not trying to be this or not trying to do this," but it's like. There are a lot of efforts to keep us out of certain things and away from certain resources.
And I think even, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but even with this, I think that our focus more so is going into, it wasn't a thing of being against black men or men not coming to, but I think that people sometimes have to understand there's a strength that women have when we come together too.
That is true.
That can strengthen us, so when we are able to have a larger space for that, we can open up the room for the men to be there, because this kind of is an event that's kind of, in a sense, in a smaller space, a more intimate.
Let me walk in and see some big backs. That's what God, we're gonna have some prizes.
She also said this is the first time too that they're kind of doing it. So it's kind of like a trial run too, and they're learning different things. But my question is, honestly, do you guys have any interest in it?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
okay.
So you have interest in
it. Come through. It's a room full of women.
I'm saying
I didn't even know Miss Davis at all, and I didn't even know her at all, and I posted her. I posted her game, her board game.
The Trap Kino.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your support.
At all.
Thank you.
But I'm saying, like, sometimes when it comes to that, and if sometimes men might feel that way because it seems like there might not be any interest. Yeah. So sometimes women aren't necessarily trying to, get you to come or do them things like that.
The first time I walked into a all women event, I swear to God, they all turn their head like there's all zombies, you know, looking for blood. They're like, I was like, damn.
Women would love to see men there.
Exactly. I was gonna say they probably was ready to go on the tap.
We just want to know the door open. We just want to know the door.
And you know what's crazy?
Everybody was like that.
I never think that the doors close when women have these type of things.
No.
I think, like she said, it's just strength in numbers, and women are quicker to get together and try to put things together.
So if you,
and sometimes, like I said, it seems like men just
Brittany,
like, I don't have no interest. I don't feel like doing all that. That looks too girly.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, Stud Nation has taken over, right? And hold on, listen. I'm gonna put it like this, and this time this got truth.
We can't take him nowhere.
Hold on. Low key, there has been groups of women, societies that don't want men to open the door, and then they deliberately only sold tickets to women to ensure you.
Okay,
you have
well, that's too much of a feminist movement for me.
But hold on, when black women start getting into the feminist movement,
that's what messed us up.
It became a problem to happen. Like,
I gotta push back on that.
Fighting a battle in yours
because as I sit here today, I'm a black feminist. And what that means to me is that it's not about saying that, oh, women, we run everything, we do everything. It is an ideology, it's a thought process. And so I was talking about this with somebody yesterday. Black feminism teaches you that none of us are free unless all of us are free. And so that is like one of the biggest things that I take away from that part of feminism. White feminism is completely different than black feminism. And so I want to squash that.
I think there needs to be a difference, right? Because it's a lot
that need to be promoted more.
Yeah.
And so like for me, I know personally, black men, I love you. I love y'all down. I love y'all so much.
All right.
Say that again.
All right. I was it last year?
My nipples just got hard. Sorry about that, Tina. Go ahead.
Last year, I sat down and I created a 3-day event called the Black Men's Jubilee. And I went to United Way, and I went to all of these funders to give me some money so that we can do this.
Shit, good luck.
They said no.
But that's what I was saying when I called.
Because black
concerted
men,
effort.
Exactly. And so I think that when we do stuff like this, it's like, it's not that we don't want y'all involved, but it's like, how do we involve y'all? And how do we get the sponsors that we want to be involved to understand the importance of black men in this space?
Go to men.
Yeah.
Go to
because
men.
Well, give me
it's
some
an
money
avenue.
then.
as long as that door is closed to us, like the funding and all that, as long as that door is closed to us, I don't want to hear too much on the internet no more about black men. Don't do this. Don't have that, this, right? Or not this or not that.
Right.
Because the door is deliberately closed.
I just want to say also, never forget though that you black men can come together and be the door that you want opened. You know, you guys can create that.
No, we can't.
Well, I don't believe you can. I believe you can.
Here's why.
Why can't you?
Here's why. Because in the very beginning, right now, we already know is $8.9 billion is put together for girl funding for foundations and things of that nature.
Come on with the numbers. Come on.
In America,
yeah,
it's $300 million for boys. So I'm just saying, you see that big gap and that big difference. And it's not because the men don't put in. It's the simple fact the majority of the men that we really need are incarcerated by numbers. So we 70% down automatically off the rip. We in a race with bold ass numbers. Secondly, when you look at the educational field, she'll tell you, right? Majority of people that's illiterate is boys, because girls are given books and boys are given toys. We giving cap guns, toy soldiers to learn how to set up our friends and all that in the very beginning stages. Y'all are taught that y'all are beautiful, that y'all can get a Barbie house and shit. Ken walking around, he dickless, ballless. He had no testicular fortitude. He has nothing in his life that but he has a woman.
Toy car. He has
exactly, and he's in the passenger seat. I'm just trying to say how things are set up psychologically for us in America. That's why I love when you're talking about African, because we don't look at that serious, but the shit is real. When you look when you look at men approaching women to look as good, y'all look together, right? We be like, shit, I want that one that's gonna have that little sticky part in her hair because she needs something. A man, it's hard for a man to even feel needed if he can't provide. And 9 times out of 10, most men who cannot provide right now, they go for the lowest one on the totem pole because they could give them $15 for gas money, but they can't go give her $400 for a car note. It's just certain things in life that this geared, this deliberate for us not to look at it. That's why I was bringing up why the division. I always think about the guy who had a podcast. He was a gay black man. He said, I am in a gay club. And I walk up to the white boy, he dancing, he said, I'm feeling, he looking nice. He said, get away from me, nigga. I said, how you gonna be gay and prejudiced? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
So it's crazy, but these are the psychological things that we go through in America. And it's allowed, and that's crazy. So when I say that it can't be men to do it, because men that's rich, they look at it like this, I got out the mud, so do you. So can you.
It's a pull yourself up out of bootstraps mentality.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah.
For sure.
But black men were able to vote before women. Before white women.
Men are always going to be able
you know what I'm saying? They've always been.
Oh, see, you're looking at the wrong shit. What we voting for?
We don't have privilege though at all.
Right. See,
at all.
We got bootstraps. Y'all got broad straps, bootstraps. And
we don't have privilege at all.
Knee-high strap.
Strap on. Y'all got all kind of straps.
So to summarize this, it is open for the men as well.
Yes,
absolutely. And for future reference, now Darn needs to know, hey, maybe she'll start adding men and doing some different things like that. Let the first one do what it do. Okay?
In there.
Yeah, because we thought it said no men allowed.
No, it doesn't. But I'm saying
men that got business and started getting
it's open. It's open for y'all.
That's coming. Are men on businesses.
Yeah, I see something that say George.
Yeah.
As long as
but you can take this. But Darn, you can take this for your next one, and now you know what
I
to
see
do.
what y'all
You
want.
see what I'm saying?
Hey, Tino, I got something for you. Instead of going for men, say family. Okay? So when you ask for money, say it's a family event, okay?
Great idea. Great idea.
And the only reason why I know why you said that because when she said how she's give me the money, I get it.
No, I can't say family because when I said that it was the Black Man's Jubilee, that's exactly what I meant.
But I get it, but it's a family event. Once you do that, when you label it a family, trust me, when I do sponsorships, I'm gonna show you. I got some people you can go to.
It don't matter if I say family. When you start reading into the weeds of the proposal, I can't change that because then it changes the essence of what it is that I'm trying to do. A lot of times we want to conform to get money from certain people. I'm not conforming my idea for anybody.
That's not conforming. What
it
is it?
kind of is.
No, I'm gonna tell you what. Hey, you said you have a husband. Hey, baby, I need for you to do this for me. Or can you grab that? It's two different things. It's just how you say things.
Not in the front.
It's a way. It's a way to get everything.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
And I just show you. I show you the format. Like I'm not gonna lie. I put it out there. I went to Comcast. Right.
Not with I'm gonna say not with these nonprofits.
Okay.
Do you feel like you will be selling yourself short by saying, "Hey, I'm going to approach it as a family"? Because a black man is the family.
Yeah.
He's the structure of the family. He is the baseline of how the family is.
We understand that, but do other people understand?
But is it for them to understand if they give you the funding? The funding is what you need.
Yeah.
Not saying sell yourself out, but I'm just saying the baseline really is the family is what you're targeting because you're strengthening the family.
Is the man.
So all of those things, if you look at the proposal, all of those things are in there, right? Like the name, the Black Man's Jubilee was just a title.
Right.
But when they actually got into the grant proposal, it said all of those. It knocked off all of those weeds. They just didn't give it.
No, okay.
Gotcha.
So it's a difference between it's a difference between grants and sponsorships.
Exactly. Not sponsorship. That's something different. But a grant.
Yeah, totally. So we'll talk about that. But I was going to give you an example when I went to Comcast, right? For
Calvin's still on, by the way.
Oh, Cal, thank you for calling in, brother.
One more thing though, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Miss Davis, she should next time you in a room full of them black women, tell them black women what you just said to me and Mr. Miles. Like they basically laughed you out the door when you brought up black men's uplifting black men.
Yeah.
And see what their reaction is.
Well, those are some of the things that we will be talking about as far as us as women supporting our black men. So
I'll be in that corner.
We are going to be discussing things like that. So if you come, I can't wait to see you. Thank you for supporting us, and I'm here for you. I want to connect with you direct. So
there you go.
You can get my game off the TikTok shop if you don't got it yet. Thank you for posting it.
Appreciate you.
All right, then.
Thanks, Calvin.
All right, y'all.
I was going to tell you about Comcast, right?
Yeah. I wanted to hear.
Oh, hold on. So with Comcast, hold on, this is Gigi. Gigi, you out at the door? Okay.
He gonna answer like you.
So,
So
Comcast, I was doing a conference called The Black Advantage.
Okay.
She's a very nice lady. She said, Miles, I cannot give you the money for that. I said, wow. I said, it's broken up in 3 days. I said, we're having an award ceremony. She said, award ceremony? Is it the Black Advantage Award ceremony? No, it's just an award ceremony. I got what she was throwing down. She said, $5,800. Well, no problem. So sometimes it wasn't me compromising my whole thing. I just understood. But what you said
was it a grant though?
No, I got the difference.
Grants, you gotta be gotta
be specific,
and you gotta do what you say you're gonna do.
It has to be intentional.
Yeah.
So,
it was an entire coalition of the Black marriage movement. It was multiple grants under one like big Black marriage movement umbrella, and they just wasn't.
They said no
going for that because the biggest threat to this country is a Black family.
Oh yeah,
yes,
the number one threat.
The number one.
No, hold on. A happy Black family, is the number one.
A healthy. Let's say let's not say happy. Let's say healthy. A healthy Black family.
With a real mother and father present.
Absolutely.
And it's just certain things in life I just think we have to really think about. So tomorrow, March 29th.
Tomorrow.
From
12 to 5 p.m. to 5 p.m.
You said it's off McNichols.
6 Mile right off Wyoming.
Okay.
Yeah, right next door to
West
CVS.
McNichols.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's by Mary Grove, right?
Yes. Right next door to CVS. Yep.
And so men are invited. It's free.
Men, kids.
Kids.
Yes.
It's a family affair.
It's a family affair. I have my teenagers there as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be there.
Yep.
You said kids. No, if they teenagers, cool.
They're teenagers.
But let somebody snotty nosed kid come grab my pants.
So, like, even for next time, you can even market that as like a family affair too.
No.
But again, congratulations to you.
Uncle.
Thank you.
Okay.
Baby, I'm a zuncle, okay? I'm not nobody's zaddy, I'm a zuncle.
You ain't nobody's zaddy either.
Definitely not no zaddy.
You more of a Nobi.
What you mean? What is a Nobi?
Nobi.
Yeah, no BS. That's right. So listen, y'all give us a call 810-560-0658. 810-560-0658. Give us a call. Calvin,
I feel like we have to run this back.
Yeah, we
I really do. Like y'all gotta come back.
I love the aura that y'all giving off, and I like to see. Maybe I wear my suit or my dress.
Miles, please. Just don't.
No, don't do
it. You go to Nigeria and get your body like them over there.
I dress down because y'all dress down.
No, I'm
on Friday.
I dress down because it's Friday.
Yeah,
All right.
It's Friday. Yeah, we dress
Friday. I usually be dressing up, but I dress down.
I'm about to sound like this. I'm gonna put that shit on.
Okay. Please do.
You better put it on.
Please do.
Because I'm putting it on.
It's gonna be a week of dress. We're gonna do
First
that.
of all, you don't even I'm
dress
it
to
on.
impress. Yeah, a week of dress. Let's do that.
I'm gonna put that splat.
Okay, that's that splat. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
If you see a bitch, smack a bitch. Shout out to Brittany.
Oh, that was it.
That's splat.
Okay. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Brittany is the only 12-year-old podcaster we have here at Podcasting.
Baby, I'm gonna be forever young.
Okay.
Forever.
Now that was a good song.
Brittany was in the movie and then she was playing a 13-year-old. I said, I'll be damned.
Sure was.
It's that melanin.
You wanna know why?
Okay.
Because black don't crack. Y'all go on YouTube and go watch that. Go straight.
Okay, please.
It doesn't. Black does not crack.
Please go straight.
We gonna be 80 looking like we 40.
Yeah,
absolutely. I got some friends
That's such
like
a
they're
flex.
80 and they are 40.
No, really though, that is a flex for black people.
Definitely.
We never look our age.
Woody Harrelson, is that his name? He played in Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
He was 30 years old.
He was 32, I think, when he played that character.
18-year-old.
He played it in high school.
Well, that's how All American is. A lot of those people are
They all in their
30s.
30s.
Yeah.
He's 72 years old.
He fine too.
Chill on Billy.
He fine too.
My favorite movie he played in was Best Man was one, and then
You said who?
Best Man.
You said Tay Diggs?
He did.
Oh no, I thought you said Lorenz Tate. Never mind, take that back.
Lorenz Tate is in the game, the football game.
No, I was thinking of something else.
Lorenz Tate should have been in Best Man.
I love Lorenz Tate.
Lorenz Tate's so fine.
I'm telling you, when he came to Detroit, I was
for that man to be in my
She clocking.
He too fine.
Well, he grew into his looks.
No, he didn't.
What you say when he was Frankie Lyman? It was a little shaky.
I loved him since he was on Love Jones and his hairline wasn't right.
Right, that was it.
Okay.
That's how you know you really like somebody. That's how you really like somebody. Yeah.
That's Loc Dog from Minister Society.
You like
His name was Loc Dog from Minister Society.
His name was Old Dog.
No, it was Loc Dog.
Old Dog.
Oh wait, I'm getting confused with it. Don't be a menace. Don't be a menace was Loc Dog. My Yeah, I seen both the movies.
Okay,
but it still was fine. And Lance Gross, don't leave him out.
He became a nice looking guy in Power. Lorenz
He was fine before Power.
Oh my god!
It's something about Loren's hair for me. Like, why?
Baby,
And I don't even like light skin.
See what I'm saying? It's just a song.
And he ain't even light skinned.
He's a high brown.
He is brown.
Run the Boogie Down Productions.
He brown.
But
I like him a little more well done.
So you like the Lance?
A little well done.
Lance. Y'all like Lance? Lance is a fine man.
Yes, he is.
So pretty.
Lance, yes.
Lance Gross.
And Kofi Cerebo.
I got who?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
She be on them foreign names.
No, because he played in
Queen Sugar, and he was in Girls Trip. Remember, he was the one with the girls.
And he's in Harlem. He played in Harlem.
Oh, hip.
But you know, he don't want to be him.
Tyler LaPlay.
Yeah, he wants to be Polly though. He doesn't want to be.
In Harlem.
It's nothing.
Yeah, he was but in real life he said it.
It's nothing wrong with being
actual
Polly.
Polly is too.
He's Ghanaian.
No.
Girlfriend, boyfriend.
Okay, that makes sense.
Polly is having as many as you want.
Yeah, he believes in poly relationships.
And I don't blame him because it's either that or get cheated on. Anyway, listen, y'all. I'm
Black
sorry.
women don't cheat.
Huh?
Black women don't cheat.
No, you're right. Y'all just fuck up the best. Listen, at the end of the
He's
day,
such a hater.
at the end of the day, listen, I just
You
came
so
up.
jealous of black women.
Why?
Jealousy is a weak emotion
That's
because we don't
female.
cheat.
He ain't jealous. He
we
loves
don't
black
cheat.
women.
Hold on, let me tell you something. Y'all do cheat.
No, we don't cheat.
We don't have to cheat. It don't have to be like this.
Okay,
It's
hold
only
on.
cheating if you get caught.
Hey, look, I'm about to say, see,
And black women, we don't cheat. We're cheater backers. It's a difference.
Cheater backers.
Yeah, clock it.
I just like we never started, but we're gonna finish it.
clock cheating.
Clock it.
Everybody clocking today.
She said
because
clock
the thing.
backer. She said cheat backers.
Okay,
But
I like that because that's really what it
listen, I
means.
was at the all
I don't put nothing past nobody.
I don't do it first. I just do it best.
I would do. I just left the Kings of all Kings male dancing review situation, and the women that was in there did some horrific, terrible shit.
Horrific.
I felt so bad. I wanted to call my boy like, "Don't kiss your girl today." That's how bad it was.
I can't.
I don't believe you.
No, I'm sweating.
It was with the male strip, the male dancers.
Down in Burt's Warehouse. It was terrible, and I just seen the worst despicable shit in the whole world.
Probably the male stripper.
Huh? No.
He had
I was about to say, in the life you live,
Have you ladies ever seen male dancers?
I have, but I have no interest.
Yeah, they not really my shit.
She's seen the motherfucker.
I wouldn't call her.
Hey, Carl, is this Calvin? Calvin.
Yes.
Hey, Calvin.
Yes.
What's going on?
Don't worry about
This
that.
off topic though, but that show y'all just mentioned,
Which one?
Queen Sugar.
Yeah, Queen
that's
Sugar.
a good show.
That's a
That's
great
a good
show.
show.
But
as from the perspective of black people fighting and clawing to really have something.
Yes. That shout
Like,
out to
for
Ava
real.
DuVernay and Oprah.
Yeah.
I never saw King Sugar.
Queen
cold.
Sugar.
Oh yeah, I seen Queen Sugar.
Because it was having a
Check
sugar.
it.
It was about the sugar factory.
Yeah, I remember. What'd you say?
Don't need to check the chat. Somebody wants the details for Chakina.
Oh, okay.
Candace.
Candace Burtis. I'm Candace Burtis.
It's about
I
the
think-
family having
Candace.
like a
was
sugar
sugar
factory,
factory.
and they had farmland and things like that. It was very deep. It was
that was Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah and Ava DuVernay.
I can never say her name.
Because I want to work with her. Ava DuVernay.
Ava DuVernay.
I want to work with her so bad.
I do her name.
She's dope.
She fun and she
Who?
fine.
So it shall be.
Oh,
Who is
I
so-
received.
That's all I want.
Oh,
I
so
received
Shelby.
that.
Okay.
You
I
so
received
cute.
that.
Tina over
This
there
is
so
Calvin
cute.
on the line.
Yeah, this Calvin.
Calvin,
Deal.
what do you do?
I do a lot of things.
Okay.
I'm a semi-retired plant worker though. That's what I am.
He said semi-retired, but he does the marketing. He's doing the marketing and promo and things like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're an entrepreneur as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I'm just coming out the plant world though.
Yeah, you need to be there tomorrow. Cal. I'm gonna be there because there's gonna be a lot of females there.
Yes, and
No, not
also
looking for you.
we giving this legal
Women,
advice
what's a
and some
female?
help to some entrepreneurs as well.
No female.
That's an organ part. We're
What?
women,
Okay,
female.
y'all women's?
That's a yeah.
That's what I want.
Women.
Okay.
She said no females over here.
No,
But
that's
I'm
a
a
body
feminist.
part.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Male, female. That's anatomy. We women's folks over here.
That makes sense.
Okay. The
I get
women.
it.
The women's. Yeah.
So they need to take that off the job
So y'all
application.
ready
Man
to
or
go first?
woman.
Like
As a woman.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am a woman. There's a difference
They're
between a
female.
woman and a girl.
No, it's different. It's definitely a difference between a woman and a female. Just like I tell women all the time. My book, Males, Men.
Oh, yeah,
and,
when you say that.
Yeah, Males, Men, and Men. It's a difference. And most women fall for males, and that be their fucking problem. So
that was
that's a whole nother topic. That
Why everybody like
Write that down,
As a
Shannon.
matter of fact, we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
We need to actually do a show on that.
I will, Cal. And it's 11:11, so it's meant to be.
But I'm gonna have.
It's always 11:11.
Okay.
It's more like a game show.
It
Y'all
is
gotta
always
name the
11:11.
difference.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we need to do that.
I
like
understood the distinction as soon as you said it. I was like, oh, right.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I know he gave me a moment. I was
like, dang.
We
Wait
we'll work on
till
that.
you see me with my shirt off. Huh? What you say?
We don't want to.
Still trying to take his clothes
No,
off.
we gonna do
Once he
that.
gets to Nigeria, please.
You gonna be like,
Why they take their clothes
you
off
gonna be
all
like,
the
does
time in
anybody hear
Nigeria?
this?
Do they take their clothes off all the time in Nigeria?
They don't have no clothes on. Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely going
Well, she
because
said wait till you go.
But I don't know. My husband will have on a long sleeve shirt
and some shorts.
and
That's how it is here with the high schoolers. So it's
some
okay.
flip flops, and I'd be like,
How old is he?
he's 30,
Oh,
how old are you?
33.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she a young one.
I got a question though.
She's a,
Okay.
she a
So wait a minute,
That's a good thing.
you're older
That's a
than
good
him, right? But I thought like in the Nigerian
You
culture they
can't
had
be
to
no
be.
more than 5 years older than your man.
Oh, it's 5 years? Okay.
and 3 is pushing it.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
I thought. Okay,
But
so
see,
you good? Okay.
I get a pass because I understand what it means to be somebody's wife.
And mommy loves you.
Gotcha. Okay.
So when mommy,
So did mommy have a problem with that?
Me and mommy have never had a problem.
Oh, that's so
Okay.
nice.
Never, except when I had those nails on.
You can tell how she say her name.
I love that she called her
respects.
mommy.
Yeah, you
But
respect her.
I'm glad that you cleared that up because I was saying that you can't be older in the
You
Nigerian.
shouldn't be.
You're not
So,
supposed to be
like, when
older.
you see somebody that's 60 and he 30, that's a problem.
Gotcha.
Like, that's
No,
a problem.
hey, you know,
You said
it
no more
depends.
than 5 years. I think
Hey,
10 years is too.
I think 10 should be the max.
Hey.
4 or 5 years in Nigeria, older is pushing it. Like,
I think
the
6
man
is
is
too much.
typically older than
Then
his
the
wife.
okay.
So they really forbidden age gap relationships.
Absolutely, because you got to understand the power dynamics. Like even between my relationship, sometimes my husband will hit me with the you just think you know something because you older than me, and it'd be like, no, just we have walked different paths in life, and so I've seen things that you haven't. It's not about my age because I just understand things a little bit differently, and I'm from America. We the same trials and tribulations that y'all have, we don't have. They look a lot differently. I've been thrown to the wolves since I was 14, and so my life looks differently, and I just understand things differently. But there has to be a respect level.
Gotcha.
That comes with it. Like,
I agree.
My husband, that's the owner. Like, I get it. Like, you do what you need to do.
Right.
I got you.
But that's where you come in. You said something very important. You said you was thrown to the wolves at a young age, so you understand the process. A lot of women who've been thrown to the wolves, they rather be touched by a wolf than held by a king all the time. It's only because when a wolf is, going through their process, they try to they ravish you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to most women, or to most females, that looks like compassion. It looks like love.
Message.
And so, but when the man is a king and he try to touch a woman and tell her the truth, a lot of females or women don't want to hear the truth.
But see, I think for me, the one thing that saved me, and I'm gonna be honest, is my daddy is my brother. Period. We was raised by the same people, and to watch my grandparents in a 50-year-old relationship, my granddaddy raised me, and so I have a different perspective of what men should be, who they are, how they operate, and so I may have been thrown to the wolves, but the foundation that was laid prepared me to be able to come out of whatever my mama decided to give me.
Right.
So that was the difference.
Maybe you should put on some courses or something for these married women around here.
Hold on, all of us are not.
We ain't a monolith now, but
I said some.
Yeah,
I said some.
Hold on, but this is honestly God truth.
The majority takes over us.
Yeah.
Us.
If you look at my Facebook post, I said, only take one to make you look like it's always going to be your fault.
Absolutely.
Only one action can mess it up for everybody.
Absolutely.
And it goes for no matter who or what position you are in, from radio, TV, to everything. Like Don Snipes said one day, you don't see no light-skinned males in movies. And it's crazy. And when you think about it, you be like, Damn.
Michael Ealy. Aaron Pierre.
Yeah.
No, Aaron Pierre don't even look light skinned.
Her name all green eyes.
Right, all green eyes.
Y'all
Yeah.
said light skin.
Okay, y'all didn't say
Yeah,
I know.
because
Y'all went specific.
Because when you talking about even just like 80s and 90s, people still, the El DeBarge. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not.
But for me, I feel like it was different for they wanted the light skinned woman.
That used to be fighting words.
The light skinned woman is what I wanted to
words.
say. They didn't have the brown women.
No, they did. The first woman who won the motherfucking Oscar was a dark skinned woman. It's crazy. Like when you start thinking about it, it's because of the fascination of whites with dark skinned people, and that's just
Well, they love us.
I'm telling you, they love us.
They love us.
Absolutely.
who that nigga on that nag. All right, then, Kel, we'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right, Kel.
But Miles, you do need to get into Queen Sugar though.
Okay.
It was really
I
really
didn't watch it all.
It was
One episode.
You have to be patient because
Yeah.
it's kind of slow.
Slow.
Yeah, it's kind of slow, but then it picks up.
I got to cover my eyes, make sure Oprah name don't come across. Anytime Oprah name come across, I'm like,
Listen, I was worried.
You do not
when
like Oprah.
Charlie went
Yeah, I do.
through her relationship stuff.
With the basketball player.
Yes, and it was like I was glad that they was able to turn it around because
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that had this fake idea of what marriage is. You literally, we talked about it earlier. You gonna see the ass crack of somebody, and it's not about necessarily the things that people do. It's about how they change what they've done and how you move
To be with you.
forward.
Yeah, to be with
exactly.
you. Mhm.
Because like we human, we make mistakes, and like he was put in a crazy situation. Like he's a basketball player, we know what
Exactly.
that looks like. But like he was able to be accountable to his actions and like redirect himself and be a better person. And so I was glad they didn't just stick with he was a cheating ass
That's why
basketball
I
player.
like Ava DuVernay, right? Because she does try
She
to
did
find
that,
like
not
the.
Oprah. We know.
yeah.
That's why I said Ava DuVernay. I'm coming with it. But she does try to capture the essence of like the reality
Yes.
of things, and that's
Yes.
why I love her work because she's real with it.
Because if you married, you finna go through some shit. Period.
Well, I don't know if you ever saw the show Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
So did you see the one where Jax and her husband had that little
Yes.
thing? So that was real to you as well, and how they.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, they were swingers though.
It
But
still was
it's
a real
real.
thing.
Yeah.
It still was a real thing.
It's a real thing.
And it was really, I was like, she's a very mature woman.
Because some people in marriages understand that marriage is about building a life with somebody. And like, yes, sex plays a big part in it, but like you also got to realize that the older you get, your sexual preferences change. The things that you like change. And if you really truly love and care about somebody, you want them to be happy in all areas. And if that means that I need to think outside of the box of how we thinking about our sex life, then what's one little try gonna hurt something?
Like, what's a good smack gonna change? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Marriage
now,
is
but-
really strictly about growth. It's literally
It
about growth. If you are not willing to grow with the person you're with, you are not going to be able to sustain the marriage.
And that's why I be feeling like people giving up on it so early now. And it's so easy to get
'Cause it's
married and get out
hard.
of it because they don't want the growth part.
But there's a lot of people talking about marriage that's only been married 2-3 years.
So this is my thing, and I always tell people, I ask people, how long have you been married? Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Because if you're not in the double digits, I don't want to hear nothing about anything coming out of your
Excuse-
mouth.
I would say that.
Even a lot of the people want to talk about they experts. Get up.
He's like, I need double digits.
Like, I'm gonna
If
say
you're
you
not
like-
in double digits
Let me
for
talk to
me,
me and let me talk
goodbye.
to me.
I ain't made it there yet, but we on the way.
Yeah.
And
You
me-
know what?
I said
me-
we ain't made it there yet, but we on the way.
But still,
yeah.
Shanny.
But you understand where I'm coming from.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
My grandparents was married for 50 years. That's the model. That's
Man,
the
with-
example.
yes,
So,
baby.
gentlemen, if you're not willing, you heard him. If you're not willing to grow in all areas,
Miles, we're not talking about that. I know you're being silly.
Well,
no,
but
I'm
I'm talking about being open-minded, though.
Yeah.
Being open-minded to change. Like, I feel like even within
Come on, you gotta
myself,
grow. You still gotta grow.
in transition, transitioning on entrepreneurship alone,
That's hard.
going into being married and being an entrepreneur, and then you're with someone that's probably still working. That's a whole different thing because the challenges change. The things that you're willing to take a risk on, or the things some people they're just not gonna understand it. So it's really about being with somebody that can understand how to be flexible with how much you move. Because to be honest, like if you're in the realm where you're still trying to figure out who you are and what you're trying to do,
don't get married. Shit.
yeah, I'm not even gonna say don't get married. I'm gonna say be with somebody who's gonna understand being flexible.
I saw that.
I like that you use I like that you said flexible.
That's being flexible.
And know how to pivot. You gotta know how to pivot.
And when it's too much, then it's too much, and then you go the other way.
We seen acrimony. He was only focused on one thing.
Is that Calvin?
He was focused on one thing.
Is that Calvin? Calvin, we got to bring this back.
The man on acrimony only wanted one thing.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about acrimony.
We got to call
That's off the floor.
Hey, caller.
He wanted his battery.
Hey, caller.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I don't think it really matters how long.
He come in hot.
Hey, I'm coming in hot. First of all,
here we go, Dorian.
All of this, people talk about, well, you're going to go through some stuff when you marry. Are you?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you married?
You go through it without being married.
No.
Hold on, let him talk.
No.
Let him cook.
You're going to go through whatever you feel like you want to go through, because a lot of problems aren't really problems. A lot of things, you should already have that stuff sorted out. And so me personally, I've been married a lot shorter than I've been in the relationship in itself. You understand what I'm saying? So before I said I do to somebody, we went through all of that.
Right.
We go through all of those little different issues. And I've been telling you the truth. I've actually went through more drama with her while we were together as opposed to now we're married. Our marriage is wonderful. I'm really enjoying being married. I don't know what people are talking about out here, but see, with these kind of conversations, it gives people that's not married the wrong idea that this has to be perfect and it has to be this and you gotta have. No, you should already been dealing with this person for a good little minute. I don't see dating somebody for a year or 2 years and then you decide you want to get married. That's the backwards, bad, terrible logic. And then you expecting perfection. You're expecting somebody to be grown. You're expecting all of these different things when it's a total mental. You got to know how to just be used to being with somebody in general for at least a decade. When you're talking about double digits, I put it like this. A person that's been in a relationship probably got more experience than somebody that's been in a short term, a 10-year marriage, if they only got together after the first 2 years. So in other words, a person that's been with that person for 15 years, they ain't married, they probably got a better situation and have much more advanced in their relationship than somebody that was 2 years and I've been married for 10 years.
True. I can agree with you. So, Dorian, I'll see you at the strip club tonight at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Oh, for sure.
Dorian's so funny.
I know he was in that relationship.
And I know he had the biggest smile on his face. And he was like, okay.
Like I said, you ain't been in the double digits for me. Goodbye.
And that's the misconception too. Like, just because you say you go through some shit don't mean that you being knocked out, dragged out.
Right.
That's not what we mean by going through shit.
Can I clear something up?
Sure.
No one up here said perfection.
No.
Yeah. She said being flexible and willing to grow.
She don't feed in that. That's between her and Dorian.
Because he just likes to be combative. Get called back. He just mad that I know how to be on the phone. I know how to be on the phone for 2 minutes. It's a love thing between you and Dorian.
I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Darnitha event is tomorrow, March 29th from 12 to 5. Be there. It's at 813. It's called Suite 813. Suite 813. And that's at 10101 West McNichols, Detroit. Give them a call, 313-575-5091. And it's for everybody. It's women inspiring.
Calvin, it's for everybody.
It's for everyone. Women inspiring networking. We have some resources out here for you guys.
You can drop
and also, if you are an entrepreneur, definitely come and stop by because we have legal services for you all because we are trying to make sure that people in business are protecting their businesses. So we're here to help. So come on through.
And so we have to really think about it too. Dealing with business, you definitely need legal help. I'm getting some legal assistance from Darnitha.
Yes.
So, and I'm gonna try some Tinu soup because I want some of that some vegetarian soup. Brittany, I don't know what I'm gonna try yours because I don't like attitude.
I wasn't offering that. I gave you grapes.
So,
I wasn't offering.
I don't know what you think peanut butter and carrots gonna do.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, I know
It got her seeing good.
It's good.
It's really aphrodisiac. She thinks
really
I looked it up. It's aphrodisiac.
Well, it's good. I like it.
Okay. Some stiff and thick. Listen,
yeah, it's almond butter.
It's almond butter. You can tell it's smoother and got more nutrients.
Why you like no? You know.
Too healthy. I don't know.
You got your smoothie. That's healthy.
Absolutely.
No, that smoothie is not healthy.
And I low key want me one now.
I love sugar in it.
Hey, yo, we got Tino. Thank you for coming, showing
What
up.
you call me?
Huh?
What you call me?
He called you
Tino.
Tino.
Terrible.
I ain't calling no Tino.
We've been here for 2 hours.
That's a Tino.
Atinuke.
No, a Tinuke.
I like that.
Hey, look, now, if I heard that name, say it like that.
Atinuke.
Ooh, I'll marry you right now. Shanny, thank you for bringing us to you on the.
I feel like I need to change my name to something else. I don't know what's going on.
Extravagant enough.
Yeah, I need to change it. I need to change Brittany Chanel. I need to change it.
Hey, look, hey, Shanny.
Brittany Chanel look cool.
Shanny.
What are you about to say?
Well, I know she was like, you heard a Tino, all right. I heard a Tino, all right.
I see you all right.
I'm about to change it.
All right, y'all. We're about to get out of here. Thank
Bye,
y'all.
guys.
See
Have a good
y'all.
weekend.
Yay.
Thank you.
Rise and grind. Morning show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. Great conversation, guest appearances. 'Cause you